Welcome to the Samwell B12 experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
Hi, I'm Kate Bernass, and you're watching the Samwell B12 experience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go. Who's ready for some baseball? I know I am. I know you are, because the Blue Jays are looking to become the second team in the majors this year to go in a double-digit win streak. Knock on wood, please. Let's keep it going for them Blue Jays. A great game last night, and we're ready to do it again tonight as we hit the reset and we start all over again. But welcome in, welcome to the show. Beverly, good to see you. Karen and Ken, what's going on? Welcome in. Reed, hello there. Welcome to the show. Travis, how's it going? PM Steezy in the house. Billy, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Evie, hello there. Welcome in, everybody. Jonathan, how's it going, buddy? Good to have you. Oh, I never updated that Discord link. Shame on me. I knew I forgot something, but welcome to the party. We're going to have a great time tonight. It is going to be a whole lot of fun, and I cannot believe that we are in this situation. The Blue Jays tearing it up, and they are looking mighty, mighty fine. So thanks for tuning in. We got lots to talk about tonight as we're getting ready for this game. We almost were in a rain delay. We were very, very close. Davey boy, what's going on? Welcome in. Triton, good to see you. That's right. It's been raining over in Chicago, but it's stopped. It's clear. Everything's drying up. The grounds crew had the tarp off. They were getting set. So we are going to be all full steam ahead and ready for this game. Brandon, how's it going? Yeah, it's terrible, terrible, Brandon, terrible. But let's go. Blue Jays looking to make some noise tonight. So wherever you're watching from, wherever you're tuning in from, thank you for being here and showing us some love and support. It's the Toronto Blue Jays, the Chicago White Sox, game 2 coming up in this series. And of course, boy, oh boy, what a night it was last night. Here's your lineup for the Blue Jays tonight. Lucas, he's going to be leading it off, followed by Springer DHing. We got Vlatty at first base, followed by Bassit at short, Barger at third, who had a 2-run shot. He's been hot, hot, hot. We got Captain Kirk in at catcher, Lorpafito moving up in the lineup a little bit. Ernie Clement slides down to 8. Schneider in at left field in that 9th spot. That is going to be your lineup for the Blue Jays. For the Slocks, Tuckman in right, going to be leading it off, followed by Sosa at second, Benedetti DHing tonight, Vargas at first, Teal catching, followed by Robert Jr. in center field, Montgomery at shortstop, Slater in left. Is that AC Slater? Just checking. Rojas, if you know, you know. Rojas going to be in at third base in the 9th slot. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But this is going to be a massive game here for the Blue Jays tonight. Oh, we got a little robot action. A little robot action. Got to get the little droids in. Who doesn't love a little Star Wars in our lives? But hopefully the Blue Jays will have the droids going tonight, as they're going to need to pull a big one together here as they continue to move ahead in top spot in the AL East, which is amazing. And of course, we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but the Blue Jays getting some recognition in the All-Star game a little bit later tonight. We're going to go over the starters, the reserves, the pitchers. We're going to make sure you are in the know of who's going to be participating in the All-Star game, which is coming up so soon. I can't believe it. It feels like baseball just got started, doesn't it? Or maybe it's just me. But we're going to go over all that in regards to the Blue Jays. Bassit on the mound tonight. In 18 games, he's 8-4 with a 4.32 ERA, 100 innings pitched. And he's money. He is money. Last time out, I think, was against the Yankees, and he threw like 116 pitches. This guy's a machine. He's going to keep it going. But the Blue Jays are going to need him to find that strike zone. Because if you were with us yesterday, hey, Sally, what's going on? If you were with us yesterday, you know the ball was all over the place. The balls and strikes weren't exactly in the little box that we expected them to be. They were kind of a a hourglass shaped strike zone, if you will. So we're going to have to see what that strike zone is going to look like here tonight. Brandon, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Now, if you are just tuning in, make sure you're hitting that like button or tapping that screen. We'd appreciate it. Make sure you are following, you are subscribed, because you won't want to miss a thing as we get going on. And Vlatty is a monster player against Vlatty, this pitcher. He's 5 for 14, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Is he going to jack another one tonight? We're waiting for the Vlatty show. Vlatty had a rough go over on first base yesterday. A couple of balls down the side that he missed, couldn't pick them up, couldn't bring them together. Now, it didn't cost him too much. Only 1 error was registered, and it wasn't even on Vlatty. It was the throw coming over from third. Now, hopefully the defense is going to play well. We saw last night the defense for the White Sox, specifically the infield defense, was outstanding. Jono, what's going on? Jays own the Yankees. Yes, they do. And hopefully they will keep owning them. They will keep extending that lead over the Yankees, because it makes me feel a whole lot more comfortable. And I'm sure you all feel that same way, where the Blue Jays, the more of a lead they can build now is going to make us feel great come the fall time. Joshua coming in, dropping that heart. Thank you, Joshua, and welcome in everybody. It's just about game time. It's a little overcast here in Chicago, but they are going to be set to go. Hopefully the rain does hold off. It's a very sparse crowd. Now, there wasn't a lot of people there yesterday, but even less today with the weather, and we're about to kick this one off and get it going. Lucas is about to step into the box, and we're going to make this game official. As Cardinal Official says, it's time to get going. Wow, that's a reference I didn't think I'd make. Lucas is in. Time for the first pitch. Clock at 8:41. It's in there for a strike. 90 miles an hour. What did I say? 8:42. Did I say 7? I said 8. It's 7. Why does my computer say it's 8:42? Second pitch is going to be hit hard and foul. 0-2. Hey, Mr. Computer Man, you're an hour ahead. We got to fix that time zone. Threw me for a loop. 7:41. Official first pitch time. Hey, B Disney, what's going on? Welcome in. Always blame the computer when things don't go right. Here's the pitch. High, gonna miss. Outside, 1-2. Lucas hitting 271 tonight. He's been a bright star for this team. A lot of the Blue Jays, a lot of these players have been stars. They've all been coming through. What a month it has been. The 1-2 pitch number 4 is going to be in there. It's popped up. He knew it, threw the bat down in disgust. It's a little bloop in. And the second baseman comes back to make the catch, and 1 down here for the Jays. Yeah, right, David Boy? I don't know what's going on. It was right yesterday. I must have hit something accidentally. But hey, that happens, right? That happens, but that's okay. Here comes Springer. Springer didn't have a great outing yesterday, but he's up to 276 this year, 16 homers, 53 RBIs. You know what he can do. Springer waiting for the pitch. Going to take this one in there for a strike. Nice pitch. Dropping that one in. Yeah, Travis, he's been super hot. He's been outstanding, actually, to be honest. Making a name for himself. Making a little popular push with the fans for Toronto. The 0-1 to Springer. Takes it outside. Good call. 1-1. Missed that corner. Take it. Good to see. Good to see the umpire so far calling the balls and strikes the way they are intended and supposed to be. Here's the 1-1 outside. Springer holds off. That one in the dirt. A little bit of a check swing, and we're going to do it again. Let's get it up and going. Let's get it up and going. 276. Here's the pitch to Springer. He swings hard at that one. Fouls it off. The splitter coming in at 86 miles an hour. Springer had to do what he had to do to get in front of it. Had to take that bat off the shoulder. Yeah, Travis, he did. It was a rough night last night, but that's okay. That's okay. Joshua's calling Jays to win 10-3 tonight, putting up a 10 spot. Joshua, I love the positivity and the optimism. We'll see if that's the case. The 2-2 in the dirt. Slider down low. 3-2 the count now. Full count here on Springer. Wearing the green and blue batting gloves. Springer with the green. Very interesting. Interesting. All right, here's the 3-2. It was outside, but that curve, he can never be too sure. He swings at it, got a piece to foul it away. Springer's one of these guys who can be clutch. He can have some huge games, really big games, but you know, last night just wasn't one of those, and it's okay because the rest of the team has been playing super well and everybody is there to back up each other. Everybody is covering. A couple guys get hot, a couple guys don't. Brendan goes 10-0 Jays. Another 10-spot prediction. Here's the full count, and Springer gonna put this one in play. It's going deep. Springer going to the yard off the wall. Nice job, Springer, taking it deep off the wall. Woo-wee, I tell you, if it wasn't for the humidity in the air, that one probably clears. 103 miles an hour on the exit velocity, 16th double for George Springer. Got that, sat on it, jumped on it, turned on it, pushed it to the wall, and that one just needed a little blow. That was so close, right off the CIBC sign. I assume that's a digital sign because I don't think they have CIBC in Chicago. So big VGJ coming up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a runner on second. He's going to swing at the first pitch he sees. Sends us into center field, and no chance for Springer to tag up. Vlatty wasting that at bat. Triton says 100-2 White Sox. Triton, I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet. $4 million for that not to happen. Vladdy saw it. He saw it coming in, tried to get ahead of it, and just got under it a little too much. Bo Bichette's going to find himself up here. 2 outs in the first, 1 runner on. Big Bo came through nice. Actually, he's been playing well since he returned from injury. But I like what Bo brings. Still think he looks funny without the hair. Inside, 93 miles an hour. Holds off of it. Bo used to have the flow, and without that flow, he certainly looks so different. 272 for Bo through 88 games this year on the average. It's not too shabby. He wants to get that a little closer to 300. Bo is leading the American League, though, with runners in scoring position when at bat. Another pitch that's high. It's going to be a ball. Something good to see Bo with that average. The Jays in total are 373 during the win streak with runners in scoring position. Bichette, all-time runners in scoring position this year, is just behind. Another pitch is going to be outside. Behind Tony Fernandez, and Paul Molitor has the highest average for the Blue Jays for runners in scoring position for a season. I think it was 414, if I'm not mistaken. 3-0, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bo. Not even going to give him a chance to take the bat off his shoulder. 4 straight pitches, and Bo's going to find himself making his way to first base. That's going to bring up the new hero of the day, Barger, coming up, the third baseman, having himself a heck of a little bit of a streak here, solidifying himself as an everyday player. Put up a couple big home runs. 269 on the year for Barger. And again, he's another one that is very quickly becoming a fan favorite. Here's the first pitch with 2-1. Takes that one, 82 miles an hour. Strike one. 0 for 1. Last time Jays had 9-game winning streak was in 2015. Their highest was 11. Thank you, Joshua. My color man, Joshua, dropping in the stats. Appreciate it. Here's the pitch. Big home run cut there, 90 miles an hour. And he misses that one. Whiff. Strike 2. 0-2. 2 outs, 2 on. Barger trying to put something in play here. Wants to get a knock. Wants to make something out of nothing. His last 9 games, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Chance for another one here. Base hit, probably scores 1. Here's the 0-2, down in the dirt. 1-2. Good eye, good eye. Is all the parents say when the kids are at bat. Good eye, good eye. Let's see what he can get up and get it going. Again, thanks for being here. Dallas, what's going on? Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Here's the 1-2. 2 outs. Down low again. His breaking balls are just breaking a little too much. Evens it up at 2-2. Deep breaths. Barger going to step back in. Some balls being delivered to home plate. Getting it set. So he's adapted very, very well to this club. Everybody's been adapting well. Here's the 2-2. He's going to put it in play down the first base side. It's a grounder. An easy out, and that's going to retire the Blue Jays as they are done here as we move to the bottom of inning number 2. Going to the bottom. Blue Jays just couldn't find a way. Just couldn't find a way, and that's okay, Blue Jays. That is okay. You know what we didn't add? We didn't add our little baseball here. So let me give me a moment as I got to make a little adjustment on the fly here. How did I not do that one? Where? What am I looking for? There it is. There it is. Boom. All right, this has got to go down here. So we needed that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, well, it's a little late, but that's okay. Better late than never, right? We'll have to remember that for next time. So we got the spinning baseball that comes up during in between innings. So that way you do know it is between innings. And we'll put that one away. So not a great start here for the Blue Jays, but that's okay. A little sluggish start. They were able to get a couple of base runners on, but as long as their pitching holds up, they will be okay. Lewis Robert Jr. missed the last 11 games due to a hamstring sprain. He is back. He is making his return to the lineup here tonight, and he's going to be a very much needed addition here for the Sox. The Sox need him to get going. Need somebody to get going. Chris Bassit, as we mentioned before, he's 8-4 through 18 starts with a 4.32 ERA. He's going to be taking on Tuckman, whose average is sitting at 299 right now. Trying to pump that over 300. Tuckman had some good hits late in the game yesterday as the White Sox tried to surge back, tried to get in there and get her going. But it didn't go all the way that they expected. But that's okay. That is okay. Bassit is a fun pitcher to watch. We're going to see a lot of movement here on his pitches. So, of course, Schneider in left, Lorperfido in right, Nathan Lukes in center. We got Barger, Bichette, Clement, and Vlatty rounding out the infield with, of course, Alejandro Kirk behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Theo, Sam Eagle, what's going on? I know I do, Theo. I know. I'm slacking. I'm slacking in that department. I had an old Canada Day jersey that I was going to put on, but I'm not going to lie. It didn't quite fit the way it used to about 10 years ago. But one of these days, I will splurge. But we got the cap. We do got the cap, although it's a little hot in here, so I left it off. We do got a little Blue Jay cap. I couldn't find the one I wanted to wear. I had a beautiful white one that I loved it, but I couldn't find it. So we'll leave that one off for now. But yes, the Blue Jay gear, we got to get it back in action. All right. Kirk had to make an adjustment here to his equipment. He has that all taken care of. Rob, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. Here's the first pitch. Gonna miss 92 miles an hour. That one kind of had like a little wobble to it. That was interesting. 299, 4 homers, 18 RBIs through 39 games this year. Here's the 1-0. This is going to be hit hard. Lined into right field. It's going to drop down, roll all the way to the fence. Takes a funny hop off the grate. Lorperfido's going to have to throw this one in. It's cut off. And it's a stand-up double to open up the game. His 10th double. 111 miles per hour on the exit velocity. That's not the start we wanted to see. Dallas, that's the question, right? Do you go vintage? Do you do a Joe Carter or Robbie Alomar? A Kelly Gruber? I would probably go Kelly Gruber. A Manny Lee? No, nobody goes for Manny Lee. Tony Fernandez? You know, those are the guys. Jesse Barfield? You know, those guys. First pitch in, first strike. Do you go for your money's worth on the name and do a Candy Maldonado? Name goes shoulder to shoulder? Or do you go modern day. Bassit delivers. This is going to be punched foul. It's going to be 0-2. Runner on second, so Bassit has to work from the stretch with one on. Not that I think Tuckman is a threat to steal third base, but stranger things as Sosa working here, bottom of one. 0-2 is the count. Checking the runner, now delivers, going to miss way outside, 72 miles an hour. Yeah, Delgado. Triton, no chance on that one. There's about as much chance of me getting a Yankee jersey as there is a Boston Bruins jersey. Just saying. 1-2, here's a delivery. This is going to be punched foul. Vlatty going to run to the mesh, but too far over into the stands. Delgado would be a good one. You know, do you try and find somebody who not a lot of people have? I mean, I know Kelly Gruber would be one of those guys, but do you go like old utility player, Rance Mulliniks? That would be a fun one to get. A lot of people wouldn't know who he is today. Do you go with Dave Stieb or Jimmy Key, you know, honor some of those pitchers? Here's the 1-2, almost hit him. Yikes, Bassit, take a breath. Take a breath. Sosa is saying it caught a piece of him. So they're going to wait for the replay. They're going to take a look. They're going to challenge this. They're going to say it caught a piece of him. So the Sox are saying Sosa got hit. So the umpire said no. Let's see. Oh my gosh. It clipped the untuck of his jersey. So the little part right in front of his belly that is untucked hanging out of the belt, it whiffled. Now, did the ball hit him, or was it the velocity of the wind that made his jersey kind of shake? But I think he's going to take this base. He's going to go. They are going to challenge it and review it. Ernie Witt, yeah, David Boy, that would be a good one. Mookie Wilson. All right, so they say he was hit by a pitch. Take his base. So, yikes. 2 on, nobody out here for the Sox early. Bassit is saying, hey, Sox, we're going to give you some base runners. Let's see how you play from this. Wants to give the defense a challenge. Carlos is the reason they had to get unbreakable glass on the far side of the sky. Right, Dallas? Ernie was great. Ernie Witt ran a good baseball camp, too. Real good baseball camp. Dave Winfield. Nice, Beverly. Oh, shoot. This one is flied. It's going to be shallow center, though. Makes the catch. Going to throw this down to first. Going to hold the runners. So good job. Bendenny flies out, and that's going to bring up Vargas. As the Sox getting something going here, a fly out. Vargas comes up. Now there's an opportunity for a double play ball. You know, I'll be honest. I wasn't a huge Dave Winfield fan. He wasn't my guy, but he was important to this organization. I mean, you want to talk about important players. What about Devon White? Devon White with that catch up against the wall. Jumping Joe Carter has to be the choice. It's a great choice. It's a great choice. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce. I'll just call you Zach. Zach, great choice. Yeah, I mean, Joe Carter is probably the guy. Joe Carter is to the Blue Jays like Pinball Clemens is to the Argonauts. So here's the pitch to Vargas in there for a strike. So 2 on, 1 out. Vargas comes up. He's only hitting 220 through 87 games, 10 home runs, 34 RBIs. Triton coming in with the 199. Thank you, Triton. Come on. Just say Yankees are not the best. All right, Triton, no problem. Yankees are not the best. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Don't know hype. Drop some baseballs in the chat for Triton. Oh, yes, Davey boy. How do we forget the Terminator? Tom Hankey. Tom Hankey. And his setup guy, remember, wasn't it Dwayne Ward that originally set up for Tom Hankey and then Wardo became the closer? If I remember that correctly. That's going back. So another foul, 1 and 2 here to Vargas as we relive the history of the Blue Jays. Roberto Alomar. Remember Roberto Alomar with the Catch the Taste commercial? So funny. Razor, what's going on? Welcome in. I don't think he looks tired. He looks hot though. He's got that sweaty glow. He looks hot. Now it is humid there. It was raining in Chicago. And certainly anytime you're forced with any type of a delay, and it wasn't much of a delay, but remember they kind of started getting ready. They pulled the tarps over and then they had to take them off. Surf Bomb, what's up, dude? What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Matt Hatter in the house. Mr. Hanky. Rhino, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Here's the pitch. All this is going to be put into play. Great stab over to second for one and first in time. Double play. Turn it around. End of the inning. There you go. That's what you need to do. That's the way. We like it. Kirk, Lurpafito, and Clement due up for the Blue Jays as we continue to move right along. That was a close one. Top of two coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for playing along and wherever you're watching from. Hot and flush. Hot and flush. You know, it always is difficult there with the heat and the humidity. It always makes it tough. Always makes it tough. Rhino, hope you guys are doing great out your way. Crushing it as always. Oh, yeah. So, Joshua, that's a good choice right there. Roy Halladay, the doctor. The doctor. Roy Halladay. That's tough. You know, I have a funny story. I was actually at the game when Roy Halladay made his pitching debut in Toronto. And we actually thought, my buddy and I thought it was somebody else. I can't remember who we thought was pitching. In the whole game, my buddy is screaming, "Let's go, whoever, let's go, let's go." And nobody had the gall to say, like, "Hey, that's not so-and-so." And we found out later in the game it was Halladay. And we laughed. We had such a chuckle. And that's what happens sometimes. You get there late and you don't catch who the opening pitcher is. You end up cheering for the wrong guy. But my good pal made a boo-boo, but that's okay. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Always a great time going to the ballpark. That was a long time ago. But yeah, Roy Halladay would be a good choice. Not necessarily for me, but definitely a good choice. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Getting in here to start top of number 2, Blue Jays. Gonna get things going. Gonna start moving right along. Kirk hitting 300 on the year. Love Kirky. He's one of these guys, you see him in the streets, you're like, you're not an athlete, but this guy can play. And here's the first pitch to Kirk. Lays off of it in there for a strike. Kirk, we're going to talk about it in a little bit. Kirk was named as a reserve catcher to the All-Star team. So way to go, Kirky. Going to get an All-Star appearance. Here's the 0-1. He's going to hammer this one right to first. And a great catch. One down just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. Lurpafito on his way up now, who, by the way, is hitting .429. I know it's only been a couple of games. But he had a great home run yesterday, and he's been fitting into this lineup well. Lurpafito made some slight tweaks, some slight adjustments to his swing from last year in his appearances. First one is going to be outside. Standing up a little taller now at the plate. He was bending his knees and getting lower last year. And last year he had that top of the bat just over his head a little bit more. Oh, he's going to hammer this one, but it's straight up in the air. And the second baseman and shortstop underneath it, the catch is going to be made. They're going to have a laugh, and Sosa going to throw that one in. A few too many pops. That's right. A few too many pops. Ulysses, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. Let's go, Toronto Blue Jays, your favorite team from Canada. Mark's favorite team from Canada. That's funny. Mark, I bet the Toronto Raptors are your favorite basketball team from Canada. That's funny. That's like my friends out there that have one child and they're like, oh yeah, little Joey's our favorite son. Pitch is going to miss down low. I don't have anybody with their kids named Joey, but it's funny. Seen very rare TV commercial from the early 2000s and Roy Halladay. Really? I don't know if I've seen Roy in a commercial. Here's the 1-1. Ernie Clement up. Taking that one in, 1-2. Gotta stay alive to get the Expos Grizzlies and Nordiques back. Dallas wants to bring them all back. Well, what do you do in Winnipeg? Are you going to bring another the original Jets team back? This one is going to be popped up by Ernie Clement, third base side. Just past third base, it's going to be caught, and that's going to do it. 1, 2, 3, Blue Jays up and Blue Jays down. Going to commercial break is the White Sox. Coming up, we got Teal, Robert Jr., and Montgomery. And I think this is a good time to talk about the first few selections for the All-Star team for the American League. Cal Raleigh from Seattle is going to be catching. Vlatty Guerrero Jr. at first. We got Gleyber Torres from Detroit at second. Jose Ramirez from Cleveland at third. Jacob Wilson from the Athletics at shortstop. Aaron Judge, maybe you heard of him. He's going to be in the outfield from the Yanks. Riley Green from Detroit. And Javier Baez from Detroit. And DHing is going to be Ryan O'Hearn from Baltimore. That is going to be your starting lineup for the American League. For the National League, we got to get jiggy with it, as Will Smith is going to be catching from the Dodgers. Not parents just don't understand Will Smith. We got Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers in at first. Ketel Marte from Arizona at second. Manny Machado from San Diego at third. Francisco Lindor is going to be at shortstop. We got Acuna Jr. in the outfield. Pete Crow Armstrong in the outfield. Kyle Tucker in the outfield. And some guy named Shohei Ohtani is going to be DHing, and those are going to be your starters. For the National League, we'll get to the pitchers at the next break, as they're just coming back here, and we're going to get things ready to go. So still some warm-up pitches here. They're done. A little toss down. The umpire going to brush off the plate, give it a little dusting, a little cleaning, and we are ready to go. Jackson, how's it going? Welcome in, my friend. Good to see ya. Welcome to the party. Never heard of him. That's right. I didn't do basketball. I would not know. Love it. You're born in Florida. Nice. Okay. Swing and a miss here by Teal as Teal steps in. First pitch. 71.2 mile an hour curveball. He swings at it. Beetlejuice set. How's it going? Welcome in. Good to see ya. Got a lot of Florida folks here. Pitch is going to miss on the outside. It's going to be 1-1, even up the count. But we'll go up the starters of the All-Star games coming up next. Good couple of pitches. Onyx in the house. Inside, it's going to be a ball, but did they go around? No, he says he did not. So the count goes to 2-1. Bassit working quickly here. Like to see it happen. As I say that, he slows down. This one is going to be fouled up. Going to even the count. 2-2 now. 2-2. Reds are up 1-0. Now they're down 7-1. Joshua, how baseball can turn on you so quickly. Let's go, Jays. Beetlejuice set. That's a great emoji. I didn't know that was in there. That's awesome. This one high, going to be ball 3. So 3-2, full count. Bassit not really finding the plate the way we expected him to. He is certainly struggling here to start this baseball game. So he's got to just kind of settle himself down here. Bassit needs to get back in this. Got to get it going. Here's the 3-2 inside. Gonna lose him. So gonna walk the first batter. Yee. Bassit. Somebody needs to go have a word with him and just get him to kind of relax here a little bit. Struggling out of the gate. Bassit needs to keep this one going. So he's taking a little breath here as the timer counts down. Now he steps on the rubber. He's good to go. He needs a Gatorade. Razor, that's right. Get the kid a Gatorade. First pitch. Catches the edge of the strike zone. Calls strike 1. Lewis Robert Jr. returning tonight. He's hitting 185. 8 home runs, 32 RBIs. Struggling here. But that's okay. Here's the pitch in there. Strike 2 call. Good job. That's what Bassit needs. Bassit needs to land a couple pitches so he can build that confidence, right? His last 9 games before injury, he went 3 for 27 with 4 RBIs and 8 strikeouts. This one, he breaks the bat. It's going to be a foul ball. Rob, you burnt ice cream? How did you burn ice cream? Rob, my name is Sam. You can call me Sam. Sam from the Toronto area. Have you played Disney? I never played baseball ever in life. My parents years ago, I mean, when I was a kid, wanted me to play baseball. I think I played t-ball when I was like really little, but as I was moving into my teens, they wanted to get me in a baseball. I always wanted to be a pitcher because I could throw the ball pretty well when nobody was standing over the plate. And I'll never forget we put up the hockey net in front of the garage. We had like a little plastic orange home plate. We put that in front. My dad stood beside it like a batter. And hang on, here's the 0-2 from Bassit. This is going to be put in play right to short, scooped up, over to second, over to first, not in time, but at least they get one. So my dad steps up, he's standing there and he says, all right, pitch me the ball. So he's at the top of the driveway by the garage door. I'm down at the bottom of the driveway because we're trying to get as long. They have a pretty long driveway. And I set up, my first pitch comes in, boom, hit him right on the hip. I felt so bad. I'm like, that's it, I'm never pitching. Now in university, I played some softball and quite enjoyed playing softball. I played center field then. Wasn't going anywhere near the pitching mound, but that's about the extent of my my baseball playing days. This pitch is going to be outside. Want to check it. Did not go around. Dan, what's going on? Welcome in. And that's today's Sam's dad. Let him out with the car. Right, pretty much Onyx. It was a great story. It was a great time, but yeah. As much as I loved pitching, that was it. I was done. This pitch in, they're going to be foul back. Just seeing who's paying attention and true to this awesome channel. It went around. Burnt ice cream. What's the first thing that came to mind? That's so funny, Rob. I'm like, were you trying to deep fry it on your own? You know, maybe. I don't know. Ice cream was too cold, so you put it in the microwave to warm it up? That's funny. You played second base before high school. Nice, Joshua. That's sweet. Pitchers must have the worst shoulders. Yeah, I'm sure their shoulders and elbows go real quick. Outside, 2-1. Now the count. 2-1, 1 out, 1 runner on. Anybody else here in the chat play baseball at all as a kid? If so, what level did you play and what position did you play? Here's the 2-1, setting it up, delivering, misses inside again, 3-1. See, I loved playing in the outfield, center field, because you didn't have a ton of balls hit to you, and and I just loved to run. I was a runner back then. I loved track and field, so being in the outfield, getting to sprint after balls was heaven for me. Allo, how's it going? Welcome in. This is going to be hit hard, going in the center, running in it. It's going to drop. It's a base hit. Going to advance the runner. Razor, you were pitcher and shortstop till 16. Nice. See, I was always afraid of the infield. As I got older, I was always afraid of the infield. Always worried. What if my reaction time was poor? I didn't want to get pegged in the head with the ball. So I elected to go to the outfield. Thank you for the GG, Razor. Appreciate that. Baseball, summer days, mosquitoes, Coke, Fanta, playing out on the field, feeling old. Is that a nice cold Coca-Cola in a glass bottle? Coca-Cola in a glass bottle on a hot day was always perfect. Oh, almost hit him as Slater steps in. Real inside pitch. So Bassit having some serious control issues. No, Steezy, it does not seem that way at all. Microwaving ice cream is something my nephew has done. Come on, if you ever seen chocolate ice cream bubble like a 90s Power Rangers villain. Oh, Rob, that's funny. Ground ball up, over to second for one, back over to first in time. That's going to do it. Another double play to get them out of the inning. Thank goodness for the double play ball. Best sport was badminton. David Boy, I loved playing badminton. Loved playing badminton for sure. Ice cold beer in a glass bottle is even better. not as a teenager though, Beetlejuice said, although some people might argue with that, but we can't encourage that here. A nice glass of Coca-Cola was the best. Was the absolute best. Tough to find now. Tough to find in the glass bottles. I know they make really, really small glass bottles, but they're super expensive. I tagged someone and they called safe. I guess the umpire are the worst at any level. Joshua, you're not wrong. There you go, Jackson. Good job, buddy. I knew you'd get there. You just got to keep plugging away at it. That's really, really funny. My son was a switch pitcher 30 years ago. A switch pitcher. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. Switching. Lacrosse coach had us run enough like it was baseball. And Hatter, talk about a tough sport. Lacrosse is vicious. Hey, Phil, what's going on? Welcome in. I never played lacrosse. I did some work for the Toronto Rock a million years ago, but my goodness. Yeah, lacrosse is one of those sports that man, the hacking and whacking that goes on, it is awesome. But if you've never gone to see a lacrosse game, professional lacrosse game, it's worth doing. So much fun. Great time. But yeah, what a vicious sport. Same with rugby. Holy smokes, rugby's a vicious sport. I did play baseball on Atari. There you go. Oh man, I have my Atari downstairs. I just don't have an adapter to hook it up to the TV. Love my Atari. What I wouldn't give to go play some Pitfall. Love me some Pitfall. All right, coming back from commercial break. The Blue Jays back up, ready to rock and roll. Schneider going to step in here. Schneider then back to the top of the lineup for Lucas and Springer, starting up top of inning number 3. What was your favorite baseball, old school baseball game? Mine, Tommy Lasorda's baseball on the Sega Genesis. I could play that all day long. Razor going with ColecoVision. ColecoVision was great too. First pitch to Schneider, going to be outside, 1-0. Cole play is running traffic. Onyx, the amount of road closures in and around Downsview Park is madness. Second pitch is going to miss, low and outside, 2-0. Remember as a kid, grade 7 and 8, playing softball, and the other team would say when I was at bat, okay, Catherine, he can't hit the ball. Everybody in, everybody in. Oh yeah, I remember those days. On the PS1. Ooh. Yeah, Tommy Lasorda's was my favorite. This is going to take it in there, 3-1 now. I remember in Tommy Lasorda's baseball, if you got up 10 runs, the game was over. They had the 10-run mercy rule, which was great. Pitfall takes me back to the days before I could walk. Oh, Schneider tattoos this one down the third base line. Foul. Oh, there's not a lot of room to go foul there, and it just finds the foul side of the line. Dad had to play it in the closet because mom would be mad. Yeah, Rob, Pitfall was great in River Raid. River Raid was also one of my favorites on the Atari. Rugby's nothing. Have a look at AFL 3. Oh, yes. Arena Football League by AFL. That is a vicious game. Triple Play 98 on the PC. Had partial anthems and through. Wow, Jonathan. That's cool. Here's the pitch. Oh, Schneider hits this one again. This is going deep to the wall. It's out of here. Home run, Schneider. That is what we wanted to see as he sends it all the way back. There we go. That is money, a home run. Take me down to the Paradise City. That one is out of here. Wow. That was sweet. That was sweet. Schneider takes that one deep. There you go. Blue Jays up 1-0 on a home run by the 9th hitter, Schneider. Now we go to the top of the lineup. Let's go. That was sweet. That was sweet. Sounds like an episode of Family Guy. Oh, I haven't watched Family Guy in forever. Do you remember Vectrex? I do not. I do not know what that is. Pitch in. This is going to be hit. Popped up in his short center field. That one is caught, so Lucas is down. Springer going to come up now. MLB High Heat 2000. Sean Green. Oh, yes. I met Sean Green. I ran into Sean Green and Alex Gonzalez at the golf course. I'll tell you that story in a moment. But that was huge. Y'all ain't seeing me Mario Kart 64. Oh, that's funny. Love a little Mario Kart. That was huge. So yeah, we went golfing. We were going golfing one day, and we were at a club, and the club back then had very specific rules about when women golfers could tee off versus men on certain days. This is going to be down in the dirt, 1-1. So we go up, we're ready to tee off, and there's a couple big guys ahead of us, 3 guys actually and a lady. They all tee off, and they hit the ball a mile. And we noticed it was Alex Gonzalez, Sean Green. It ended up being, I think, one of the team doctors, and I don't know who the lady was. And they were like literally 2 minutes before the women were allowed to tee off. And so they weren't going to let them go. And we said, no, it's fine. Like, they can stay ahead of us. And then they said, no, you guys go. So, Alex Gonzalez and Sean Green let us tee off and play ahead of them, which was a good thing because I did not want to be coming up behind them. Misses outside, but gets called strike. 2-2 now to Springer. I have cola bottle. Oh, I got some of those Coca-Cola gummies here. I can send one of those to you. They are great. Hey, Blended, what's going on? Good to see you. 2-2 to Springer. I got lots of stories. Here's the pitch up high, 3-2, full count now. If you missed it, a home run by Schneider moments ago puts the Blue Jays up, which was awesome. It was a great shot. A great shot. Here's the 3-2. This is going to be down low. Going to lose him. Springer's going to take his base. Seeing a lot of balls today. A lot of balls. Back in 2000, there was one guy on the Blue Jays that had the funniest stance. Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about. He brought the bat over his head like Jose Felix Jr. Was that the guy? I think that's the guy. Wow. So a pickoff attempt. Not going to connect there. So Vlatty coming up now. Vlatty has a chance to do some damage with 1 runner on, 1 out on the board. Vlatty can make some magic happen. Here's the pitch. He's going to hammer this down in the dirt. It's going to squeak through. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Springer coming into third. Oh, he's coming home. He's going to slide in on his belly. He's going to score a stand-up double by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and it's 2-0 Blue Jays. There you go. Hey, Luna, what's going on? Welcome. Phil, it was unexpected. I know they started off the season playing well, and then they tanked. And all of a sudden, they've been climbing up, and they've been playing really, really well. They're playing great baseball. And the thing that is really well about these guys is that they are all contributing. They are all contributing well. They're all contributing well, which is huge to see. Hockey Dude, what's going on? Welcome in. Hockey Dude Chris, welcome in. Let's turn this down a little bit. That was huge. Oh, big Bo Bichette gonna foul this one off. Bichette walked in the first inning. He's up to 272. Nice, welcome in. Hope Cottagin's doing well. Hope you guys are both doing well. This one is going to be down in the dirt. Bochette stays off of it. Good job there, Bo. Keith, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you back. Joshua, did you mean me move back? What do you mean? Here's a pitch. This is going to be hit, and it's going to get through. In the outfield, Vlatty going to turn. No, he's going to hold up. Nice job coming in. Good hit. Good hit. Putting it in. Advances the runner. So with one out, Bassit gets a single. We got runners on the corners now as the Jay is looking to continue to strike. Playing really good ball right now. Really good ball. It was Tony Batista that you were thinking of. Oh, there you go. Tyler, what's going on? Welcome in. Are they going to just die, or is this team good? Tyler, I think they'll get right back on track. I think they'll get right back on track. Again, hockey dude? Yikes. Wow. So Barger's back up. 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. He's got a chance here. Runners in scoring position. Runner Vladdy's on third. There's only one out. Here's the pitch. Oh, he hits this hard. This is going to the wall. It's going to drop and hop over. That should be a ground rule double. So Vlatty going to march home. An RBI double. Wow, did he hit that hard. Sharply hit ball. 3-0 Blue Jays. Still one out. 2 runners on now. Barger at second and Bichette over on third. He crushed this. Crushed it. Well, hockey dude, please send him our best and hope he does well. Great job. Bo just trotting in. That was sweet. That was sweet. Good, hard, solid contact. So a little meeting on the mound now is they're going to try and figure out their pitching woes here. The Blue Jays are putting a heck of an inning together. This is exactly what they need to do. Exactly what they need to do. Barger's one of those guys that really is starting to impress me. Calm, cool, collected, finds a way. Doing really good things. So Kirk is going to find his way up here. We'll see what adjustments they make for Kirk. But they are fighting here. They are fighting. Kirk stepping in, 1 out, 2 on. Kirk going to swing at the first pitch. Hits it in. That's going to drop. It's going to score another 1. Bichette scores. That's going to be 4-0 Blue Jays. Kirk with an RBI single. And that's going to bring Lorpafito up now. He's going to get a chance with a runner on third. Good hitting right now. Blue Jays finding a way to get it done. Let's go. This is great news. If you're just coming in, by the way, make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit that like button. I think so. To the person who asked that question in the Magic Place. I'm pretty sure. 4 runs here for the Blue Jays in the top of inning number 3. Lorpafito, what's he going to do? He takes the first pitch in there for strike. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button, tap that screen for us, and make sure you hit that follow or hit that subscribe. Jays are 636 now with runners in scoring position. High off the hands, breaks the bat. It snaps in half. They get 1, but they don't get 2. Another run scores. So it's going to be a, call it a sacrifice as Lorpafito swings around. The ball got it just up top the bat. Snapped the bat right off the handle. And it's a bloop. They're able to get it to second, and Bichette is out. But the runner comes in and scores. And he just powered this one. So Kirk gets tossed out, and he went down for the slide, and there was no chance. Lorpafito running the whole way hard, able to get there safe. Ernie Clement comes up now, takes the first pitch in their first strike. 5-0 Blue Jays. Jays crushing it. Nitro, what's going on? Welcome in, Sebastian. Welcome in. Looked at the odds for the Grey Cup. Toronto has better odds. Really, Joshua? Before the game the other day, Ernie going to foul this one back. Hamilton was second favorite. Toronto was down in fourth. So they must have readjusted some things, but have a hard time with that one. Ernie is up to 295. He did pop out in the second. But whoof, these Jays are going. There's 2 outs now. Next up is Schneider, who got things started with the home run. This is going to be tossed over. Lorpafito getting back in time. Want to take the double play away. She's threatened a pizza party if there's like... Rob, I had pizza before yesterday's game. Your first snack is pepperoni. Here's the 0-2, gonna fight this one off. It was way outside, but able to get a piece of it. Keep this one going. Send Marner the bill. Yeah, he's got a few shekels that he can afford to spring for pizza for everybody, right? Yeah, make sure you're hitting that like button. I don't even know what we're at with the likes. This way outside. Did a little pizza last night, a little schnitzel tonight. Odds for Toronto, 1050. Odds for Hamilton, 11. Interesting. Long season still to go in the Canadian Football League. Of course, the Argonauts have a bye week this weekend, so no game. Fakes the steal, pitch outside, and again, Ernie Clement cannot lay off of it. Swinging at a bunch of these pitches way outside, just fouling them off. Keeping it going. I love pizza. Yeah, a little pizza. Thank you, Dallas. Make sure to hit those likes. Let's get those likes going. Ernie Clement fighting this one, trying to keep her going. 2 outs, 1 and 2. Here's the pitch up high again. Why are you swinging, Ernie? Swinging at everything outside of the strike zone. You gotta just buckle down and let it go. The old van driver only went to McDonald's. Here's the 1-2, 2 outs. Want to keep the Jays inning alive. Swings again and going to foul this one off. 7th pitch here. It's going. You know, by the way, I don't know about in the States, but here in Canada, McDonald's is doing a little international flavor. They got items from different menus around the world. We got the Biscoff Flurry, which is absolutely delicious. Long CFL season. Try being in Edmonton. Yeah, that's true, Zach. That is true. They've not been good. This is going to be put into play. No, it's grabbed by the shortstop over to second for the force out. That's going to retire the side. And the Blue Jays with a huge inning, putting up 5. And a great job, a huge job by the Blue Jays. Schneider kicks it off with that monster home run. And that was pretty good. Yeah, the Elks have been tough. The Elks have been tough to watch season after season after season. I don't know what they have to do to get better, Zach. They need like a full rebuild. But anything can happen in the CFL. They're doing spicy McMuffins. Oh, that's interesting. No, the Biscoff McFlurry is good. And they have pizza bites, which I have not tried yet, but I am very curious to see what those taste like. I bought a Venus flytrap today, and I love. Really cool. Hey, Baker, what's going on? Welcome in. By the way, the Disney Baker in the chat. If you are a Disney fan, you got to go check him out. And a foodie, Baker is the guy. Makes all kinds of cool stuff and spends some time in the Disney parks. Baker, I loved your stream the other day, closing out the Rivers of America there. It was awesome. You were a trooper in there for the long haul. It was a great, great stream. But welcome in and hope you're doing well. My favorite food, a hot dog, french fries, nachos, hamburger. Listen, I could go for nachos any day of the week, Mark. Any day of the week. Nachos is such a good snack. Joshua, you tried the pizza bites. They're good. I'll have to try that. Still lots of barbecue to make this month. Got to get those barbecues going. Me too. I'm a huge barbecue fan. Huge barbecue fan. Oh, my pleasure, Baker. My pleasure. All right, the Blue Jays going to try and hold this one off. A lot of time for Bassit to kind of regroup in his thoughts and get back on the mound and shut this team down. Rojas is going to come in here to start it up, followed by Tuckman and Sosa. So good chance here. Hopefully Bassit is regrouped, and then we will see how they go. First pitch catches the corner in there for a strike. Good job, Bassit. We used to have Milo flavored McFlurries. Haven't been to so not sure if it's still available. I'm not sure about that one. Mark, you can call me Sam. Sam is good. Mashed potatoes, turkey. Oh, yes. Now you're talking my language, Rob. Pitch is going to be up and outside, 88 miles an hour. And even the count at 1-1. McKinsey, what's going on? Welcome in. At my work, you did pierogi poutine. Joshua, nice. The 1-1. Here's the pitch delivered. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Rojas. Rojas, an abysmal 180 on the average. Yeeks. Yeeks, but his third base defense has been really, really good. Here's the pitch. He's going to fly this one. Shallow center field running in, going to make the catch, and Rojas is retired. Tuckman now due up. He started the game with the hits, going to boost his average from 299 up to 303. So 303, doing well. McKinsey, I'm doing very well. Thank you. I hope you are doing all right. Mark, I was Toronto born and raised. All my life I've been here in Toronto. Do spend some time down in Florida, but Toronto is where we call home. Bassit now against Tuckman. Pitch coming in there for a strike. Good job. Bassit seems to have settled down. Let's see if he can keep it going. You know what's funny is as much as I'm down around in the Toronto area, I don't get a chance to do a lot of the fun things. You know, we go up the CN Tower every once in a little while. Visit the aquarium while we're there. It's fun. But there's a lot of fun things to do in Toronto, but traffic has been so bad that we really just stay away. Here's the 1-1 to Tuckman, way outside. 2-1 now. Sorry about the Aussie talk. Is McDonald's here? I figured. Milo's chocolate malt crunchy powdered drink. Ooh. Phil actually sounds really good. Really good. Here's the pitch. This one is going to be fouled back. 2-2. 2-2. Rob, I've had some family there, so I've been going to Florida my entire life. I've been going my entire life. It's like my home away from home. We love it. I was local McDonald's manager for literally no reason at all. Oh, McKinsey, there's always a reason. I smell a story. I smell a story. This is going to be hit up the middle. That's going to be caught. Thrown over to Vlatty in time. 2 down. Good job. Good pitching here by Bassit. Getting Tuckman to put the ball on the turf and a nice little toss over. So 2 down. That's going to bring up Sosa. Sosa's going to get something going here. Right, Dallas? Oh, it's so bad, the traffic. And with Coldplay here in town now, it is brutal. Solo, what's going on? Here's a pitch in there for a strike. What would be fun if MLB 2025 would allow you to watch? That would be cool, Solo. That would be very cool. Sosa got hit by a pitch in the first. And when we talk about hit by a pitch, I mean, it just got the part of the jersey hanging out of his pants. 0-2 now with 2 outs. Bassit seems to have settled down. No, of course. It's all good. Schneider, yeah, listen, a lot of these kids coming up have been playing really well, Travis. It's exciting to see. BJ, you think they're going to go 15? That would be something. That would be impressive. Traffic is so bad, that's why William Nylander takes the subway, right? Sure does. This is going to miss. Just on the corner, 1-2 now. Is Toronto traffic worse than the LA rush hour? That's a good question. I've never been stuck in the LA rush hour traffic, but it's pretty comparable, I believe. You know, Toronto traffic is so bad. We've had a number of hockey teams. They actually have gotten off the bus and walked to the Scotiabank Arena because traffic was so bad. Coldplay the band. That's right. Coldplay the band here in Toronto. I think they're playing 4 shows at Downsview. Rogers has built a 50,000 seat outdoor temporary stadium. It's like all scaffolding. It's made of nightmares. And Coldplay is rocking it. Put on a heck of a show last night. This is going to be punched foul. But yeah, apparently it takes like 2 hours or something like that to get into the stadium. There's no parking there. They encourage everyone to take the transit. And it's a bit of a mess. Even Coldplay was joking about he thanked the fans for putting up with all the garbage that the fans had to go through to get into the stadium, and laughed about this stadium being in the middle of nowhere. Even though it really is kind of midtown. But to these guys who aren't in Toronto, anything outside of downtown, it's the middle of nowhere. Really, Jonathan? I'm Mother Earth. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Here's the 1-2. This is going to be popped up in a shallow left field. Bichette is back. He's going to make the catch. And that's going to do it. The Blue Jays run through the inning. They're going to come back up, and let's see if they can keep the slugging alive. Schneider, Lucas, and Springer. And that's how we started the last inning with that home run. Bring back Joey Jordanson. Let's see here. What else do we got? Let me find out. Creed is with them. No, Creed is not with them. But the way that stadium is built, if Creed was playing, I'd be fearful. Creed, I think, is too heavy to play that stadium, all made of scaffolding. LSU football, BC football, Texas football. Nice. Yeah, listen, BC football, if you mean BC, like British Columbia and the BC Lions, well, we'll see some BC Lions coming up a little bit later on. Be pretty good. Ranger Stadium was on CTV News because the neighbors across from them are complaining. Really? That's funny. It doesn't surprise me, though. You know, I was watching after the game last night. I was scrolling through social media and looking at some of the videos people were posting, and I think it was like 11:15 or 11:30, and there was still fireworks going off from Rogers Stadium as people were leaving the venue. People were posting videos sitting like the condos that are kind of down the way, and you could hear crystal clear. So it doesn't surprise me if you're living in that area, and you know, it is definitely loud, and it is definitely a disruption to traffic and whatnot. So I don't know how much they took that into consideration when they thought it would be a good idea. I love the idea of a big outdoor stadium. 50,000 is a lot of people to pack in there. But it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. But listen, good for them. Good for giving a big outdoor space. I know the amphitheater down at Ontario Place always does well, and it's an amphitheater. It's got the roof, so it's not completely open. So I give them credit for wanting to do a big outdoor stadium in the summer. It's pretty cool. I think there were a lot of assumptions made, in my opinion. All right, Schneider back up, swinging at the first pitch. He's going to foul this off. Almost a second deck foul ball. He's going to be behind 0-1. People are still doing July 4th fireworks. That's wild. JDA, what's shaking, dude? Second pitch, in the dirt. 1-1 evens the count. Schneider, in just the last inning, had a solo home run, which started a 5-run inning for the Blue Jays. Getting the average up to 229. Good to see it. Want to see him get back on track. Another pitch outside, 2 balls and 1. Want to keep it away from him.
Schneider, then Lucas, then Springer.
Can you imagine, Joshua? That would be something. Here's the 2-1 coming in. Schneider going to put this one foul. Hey, Lucas, what's going on? Lucas, how's your ankle feeling, buddy? Hopefully it's much better. Yeah, JDA, I got to make my appointment. I got to go in and get adjusted and done. I just keep putting it off. Just got to make the phone call. That one at Ontario Place, Budweiser stage. Really, Cyndi Lauper is going there. You know, because it's owned by Live Nation, there's a lot of tours going through there that should probably be in stadiums. You know, but that's crazy. Cyndi Lauper. Final tour going to be at Budweiser stage. I used to love going to see shows there back when it was the Molson Amphitheater. I really enjoyed seeing shows there, but now it's just such a hassle. I'm just becoming a grouchy old man. This one down in the dirt. He lays off of it, doesn't go around. So 3-2, full count now. No outs. It's still not 100% yet. All right, keep resting up, buddy. Schneider set the 3-2. This is going to be hit hard. It's going back. Center fielder going to make that catch easily over the shoulder. It's one down. Back to the top of the lineup here for Lucas, who's playing center field here for the Blue Jays. He had a big home run last night going back to back after Lorpefito. So Lucas, let's see what he could do. Let's see what he can do. You like the smaller stage? I know, JDA, I really need to. I really need to. I was going to do it on Monday, and I'm like, no, I'll call on Tuesday. I never did. Here's the pitch down in the dirt, hops away. It's going to be 2-0 now to Lucas. 2-0. I propose a new rule. You should be able to steal first base if the ball gets away from the catcher. So only if it's a third strike. If it's a third strike and it gets away, you can. But yeah, I think that would be cool. In the middle of the count, if there's a wild pitch, you should be able to try and steal first. It's a risky play. Thank you for hitting those likes. Appreciate it. 3-0 now to Lucas. The White Sox pitching is struggling here. There's the Pickle Man making an appearance. Here's the 3-0 in there for a strike. He's taking it all the way. 3-1. We're here in the top of the fourth inning. Game is moving along at a decent pace. 8:47. So we're just over an hour in. Here's a pitch hit right up the middle. Oh, it's bobbled. Montgomery can't hold on to it. That's going to be an error. So Lucas is going to be safe at first. Hey, Ed, what's going on? Yeah, they are. They are, Ed. They're playing great ball. Everybody's getting involved, which is awesome to see. Really, really, really good hit. It was a sharply hit ball. It might have deflected off the pitcher, but Montgomery just booted it. Couldn't field that one. It could be Phil. I don't know all the banana ball rules. All I know is I love banana ball. Yeah, Beetlejuice. They're playing so good. Fred, what's going on? Let's get it. This one down in the dirt. Springer trying to scamper away, but the ball didn't roll too far, so can't advance on the runner. They can use the dirt circle as a safe zone. If you pass it, you have to run. Solo, I love it. I love it. But yeah, banana ball has a cool rule that if you foul it into the fans and the fan catches it clean, you're out. Springer going to drive this one deep, and that's going to drop. Doesn't quite have the mustard to get to the gap. It's going to be cut off and thrown in. So a single by Schneider, or a single by Springer, excuse me, is going to move the runner over to third. So yet again, we got runners on the corners, only one out. Runners on the corners, just one out. That is huge. So the Blue Jays looking to go. I think, Joshua, you predicted 10 runs earlier. We're halfway there. Whoa. Let's see. Here comes big Vlatty up. Vlatty takes that one in there, first strike. Vlatty has a hit. He scored a run, has an RBI. Average is sitting at 278. The RBI double in the third. It's 1 for 2 today. Vlatty with the bat on the shoulder. Pitcher's shaking it off. Now he's set. Now he steps off. Isn't it an MLB rule? If a fan catches it, no. But in banana ball, it was so cool. Fan caught it clean, get called out. It's only happened a handful of times. Here's the pitch low to Vlatty. What was the longest game-winning streak the Jays had and in what year? Ooh, that's a very good question, JDA. I don't know offhand. Vlatty set. Here comes the 1-1. He's going to pop this one. A little blooper running in. There's a catch made. So 2 outs. They're going to throw it home just to hold the runner. Watch out for the icing penalty. No bunting either. Yeah, we had that squeeze bunt yesterday. The sacrifice bunt, which scored a run. It was a crazy play. That was exciting. McKenzie. McKenzie's a troublemaker. I get the sense. 2 hits away from 1,000 hit club for Vlatty. Solo, thank you for dropping that in. Joshua, the question was the Blue Jays' longest winning streak, and what year was it? Bassit going to turn and hammer this one. 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Bassit is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. He did score a run. Trying to get things set. So Joshua says 11 in 2015. Oh, inside. Bassit has to lean back away from that one. Yes, I figured, McKenzie. I figured.
Would think at some point you have to show these righties inside like that a little bit more often to make.
Fred, what's going on? Said 11, 98, and 87. Bassit is going to hit this one. This is going deep. Center fielder back to the track. Going to make the catch and then tosses it into the crowd. That's going to retire the Blue Jays as we're going to move to the bottom of inning number 4. The Blue Jays with a 5-0 lead. Let's get back to the all-star rosters. We went through your starters. Here are your pitchers. Hunter Brown was the first all-star selection. Then it was Chris Bubik, our oldest Chapman, Garrett Crochet, Jacob DeGrom, Max Fried, Josh Hader, UC Kikuchi, Andreas Muniz, Tarek Skubal, Shane Smith, and Brian Woo. And the pitchers for the National League, it's going to be Jason Adam. We got Matthew Boyd, Edwin Diaz, Mackenzie Gore, Clayton Kershaw, Freddie Peralta, Robbie Ray, Randy Rodriguez, Chris Sale, Paul Skeens, Logan Webb, Zach Wheeler, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Those are your pitchers for the National League. The only reserves announced right now is for the American League catcher, Alejandro Kirk, and it's actually his second all-star selection. So Kirk is going to go, and for the National League, Hunter Goodman is going to go as some of the reserves. For the infielders, those are your catchers, the infielders. Jonathan Aranda, we got Alex Bergman, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Brendan Lowe, Jeremy Pena, Bobby Witt Jr. And for the National League, Pete Alonso, Eli De La Cruz, Brendan Donovan, Matt Olson, and Eugenio Suarez. Those are your infielders. Your outfield reserves, Byron Buxton, Stephen Kwan, and Julio Rodriguez. And for the National League, Corbin Carroll, Kyle Stowers, Fernando Tatis Jr., and James Wood. Last but not least, the designated hitter, Brent Rooker for the American League, Kyle Schwaber for the National League. Those are our all-star rosters. All right, let's go. Let's get into it as Benedetti is up. And we're getting this back underway. Riot, how's it going? Welcome in. Kareem, good to see you back here. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Pitch is going to come and go.
Fly ball to center back in the first.
So 1-1 is the count here. Fly ball got him out. He's up to 225 on the average.
The White Sox down in order to third.
This is going to be fouled. So you double checked. 87 and 98 is correct. It's going to be a fly ball. Schneider brings that one in. One down, one down. Sounds good, Onyx. Sounds good. Ooh, getting a phone call. Sorry, Tellus, I cannot take your phone call at this time. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you. Never. Let's go. So Bassit here in the fourth, bottom of the fourth. Want to see if he can continue. He certainly got himself back in the groove in the last inning after a little bit of a shaky second. This one in is going to be punched foul. Vargas now behind, 0-1. You know what, Kareem? It's funny. The MLB draft is such an interesting draft. It's very different than some of the others, right? In the NHL draft, the NBA draft, you know, usually the low picks. Here's the pitch is going to be hot ball. The picks, the top picks usually can come in and play right away, right? And at most they're a couple of years away. The MLB draft, I mean, you're drafting kids who are going to take, for the most part, several years to work up the system. It's like you're drafting an investment. And I've always found the MLB draft a little bizarre. Same with, you know, baseball cards, because when you're looking specifically for rookies, you're making some investments thinking that, you know, they're going to be good a couple years down the road. Ranger, thank you for hitting that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. And thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much. Don't know hype for sure. I put my thumbs up over here and I realized my camera's over here. I moved the camera around earlier. Craig, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's see if they can keep it going, Craig. Love some ice cream. Me too. Mark, favorite team, the Patriots. This one high, going to be outside. Full count now to Vargas. Full count. One out. Bassit really moving it. 68.4% fastball usage is the 5th highest in the majors.
3-2, the count on
Getting it ready. Here's the pitch. This is in the strike zone. Got him swinging, and it's a strikeout. His first strikeout of the night. Beauty. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. That's exactly what we like to see. Some good pitching. Great job there. Real good job. I love those strikeouts.
2 down and now 6 in a row.
Love some strikeouts, right? Who does not love
Who walked his first.
some strikeouts? This pitch is going to be high.
Schneider has referenced almost daily 16 games in 16 days.
Let's see.
Ends tomorrow.
All right. I don't know what that is, so we're going to leave that for now.
Then 3 with the A's and then the
Setting it up. Here's the pitch. Inside on the corner. Catches it. 1-1. Good pitch. Good pitch. Reds are down to Miami. Ouch. No, I'm not a fan. Not a fan myself. Chicken and potatoes for Onyx. Love it.
first man out.
Here's the 1-1. Can't catch on the far side. Going to go to 2-1. Bassit still has some very good movement. Now that he's kind of settled down a little bit. In Toronto right now, it's 8:58. 8:58. So there we go. It's a beautiful evening. It's still sunny outside, which is nice. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Teal hanging in there is up to 250 on the average. He did walk earlier tonight. Hey, Prep, what's going on? Welcome in. Toronto Maple Leafs 2090 Stanley Cup champions. I hope they do it before 2090, Ryan. This is going to be popped. It's going to go into right field. Under it. There's the catch. So good job. That's going to do it. The Blue Jays out of this inning. We're going to make our way to top of inning number 5. Top of inning number 5. Moving right along. Good game so far. Really good game so far. Blue Jays with that big inning, putting up 5 in the 3rd. Other than that, it's been pretty mild. Great to see Schneider hitting again over the past few weeks. His adjustments are working. Yeah, you know, Craig, it's funny. Baseball is so much like golf. I don't know if we got any golfers here tonight, but it is so much like golf where the smallest things, right? You get your shoulder up, your shoulder down, you make that little elbow adjustment, how you dip your shoulder, where you hold the bat. You know, it's all about little mechanics. And of course, that hip speed, that rotation coming through the ball. It's very similar to golf, where when you bring the club back, keep your arm straight in your wrist position, how you swing through your club face. It is so mechanical that one little thing that goes off, maybe you're feeling tight in your hips, so you're not fully opening up. You're not fully allow that rotation to come through, and that little hitch in your swing can change everything. Golf is worse. It is. Well, golf, I think there's just more movement, right? Baseball is the same, right? Because you're stepping and you're moving through the ball. But golf has so many mechanics, from bringing it up to that hitch at the top and through. You got to move your hips. You know, you got to rotate your weight, your hips through the ball, followed by your hands. There's so many things that work, but it's a great comparison, because all it takes is one little thing to be off, and it can kill your swing. You ever wonder why all of a sudden one of these players who used to hit the long ball, hits a ton of home runs, all of a sudden they can't get the ball in the air. They're always putting it down. They can't get it out of the infield. Chances are they probably have a back pain or a hip pain, knee, something where they're just not getting that rotation. And that is the mechanical side of sports that we kind of ignore. All about technique. That's right. Too many variables. Yeah. AM34 was a good baseball player too. Onyx. First pitch coming in outside is Barger, the home run man. He's going to be up here. Barger's been hitting the ball real well. Barger, Kirk, and Lurpafito going to get it done. Of course, Barger 1 for 2 today. This one is going to be hit hard. It was inside. He actually had to lean away and foul that one real hard. Had that great RBI double earlier today. Cheryl, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, we're happy to have you. My kid hijacked my account again. Welcome in. I love that name so much. Cheryl, thank you very much. Gonna foul this one off again. Barger getting all of it. He's just pulling them way down foul. Mike, what's going on? Welcome in. This Jays team is better than the 93 Jays. You know what, Mike? Ooh, that's a big statement. I don't necessarily think you're wrong, but I would have to look at that. I would have to look at that very closely. But that is a great point.
It's not like, you know, and this is an old man thing to say, Barger choking up trying to go the other way with 2 strikes around. He is having a rip at it.
So he's making some serious contact here, Barger. Here's another pitch, swing, and he goes right through it. Strikeout. That's what happens when you swing that hard. You're eventually going to be out of here. All right, give me 1 second here.
Just fine right now, and I think what we're already seeing, the league adjusted to him a little bit, throwing him more breaking pitches. He adjusted and hit them, so now it's going to go back and forth, and that's what being an everyday big league hitter is all about.
Alejandro Kirk 1 for 2.
This one, Kirk is going to hit this one hard. Kirk doing a nice job. We like Kirk a lot. Kirk does a tremendous job, which is why he's going to make his second All-Star appearance this year. When Matthews was a kid, he played baseball and hockey. His dad said baseball was his best sport. Oh, wow. I didn't realize, Onyx. I thought you were making a joke. Oh, yes, Mike. I was born long before 93. Long before 93. Those were some good years. Those were some good years. So umpire going to call time here. Having a word to the catcher.
Make a start, throw a no-hitter.
He made it seem easy, didn't he?
Yeah, my kid hijacked my account again. I hope so too.
See why he has so many different pitches.
I really do. All right. So the not going to come out. Umpire and the catcher go back behind the plate. Kirk is set. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Outside misses. Going to even it up to 2-2. 1 out on the board. 2-2 is the count. Nobody on. Kirk is hitting 302 now, which is awesome. Good to see. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch up high. Kirk gonna foul that one back. Onyx, I did see that. I did see that. That was a couple of years back. Remembers? Okay, not that far back, Hatter. Not that far back. If they don't lose the rest of the season and win a World Series, I'd say this is going to be hit to short, picked up, thrown over to first in time. That's going to be 2 outs. I don't think they're going to win a straight out the rest of the season, Joshua, but it's going to be up and down. But hey, they're going to play well. They're going to continue to play well. Have no doubt. This Jays team is for real. Is for real. And Kirk is clutch, right? He's had some big clutch hits. Kirk is one of those guys that has really been a team player, and he's been impressive. Laura Pafito going to make his way up here in the top of the 5th, swinging at the first pitch, hitting it up the middle, grabbed by short, over to first, not in time. Pulled off the bag. Laura Pafito was the speed down the line, able to get there, so he's going to be safe. Rojas coming across, throwing it over. But Vargas could not hold himself on the bag. He had to go upstairs in the air to bring that one down.
Defensive shortcomings on this club this time.
Nice play here, bringing this one right across, and just had to hang on to it, jumping in the air.
Needs to make off-balance throw. If it's accurate, you get him, and you just
So a good attempt. Ernie Clement comes up with 2 outs. He's going to pop up. First pitch swinging. That's going to be in the right field. It's caught, and that's going to do it. The Blue Jays can't get anything going. They're going to drop down here. And it's going to be 5-0 Blue Jays as we are in the middle of the 5th. It's time to get that ice cream. Time, that's what I always did. 5th inning, halfway through the 5th inning, time to go to the concessions, get some ice cream, check things out. But what we will do today, since we're not going for ice cream, is let's take a look around the horn at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's a lot of games right now. Orioles are up 5-2 over the Mets. We got the Yankees 1-0 over the Mariners. The Marlins 10-1 over the Reds. The Red Sox 9-0 over the Rockies. The Twins 2-0 over the Cubs. Pirates 2-1 over the Royals. Brewers 2-1 over the Dodgers. Guardians 5-1 over the Astros. And the only game completed right now is the Tigers 4-2 over the Rays. The Nationals and the Cardinals, they are currently in a delay. Coming up later this evening, the Rangers and Angels at 10:38. Diamondbacks and Padres at 10:40. Phillies and Giants at 10:45. And the Braves and the Athletics at the 11:05 start. Wow, that's a late one. 11:05. Unbelievable. But thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Mike, it depends. It depends. But thanks for being here. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure you do hit that like button for us. Hit that thumbs up for sure. And tap that screen, tap that like button. If you haven't followed or haven't subscribed, then I think I'm losing my internet. We're having some internet issues here. Come on, internet. Don't fail us now. There we go. All right. I think it's coming back. Oh, boy. There's been lots of internet issues in the area. Lots of internet issues in the area, but it looks like we're hanging in. So if we do lag, if we do pause, we will be back shortly. We're not going anywhere. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. The 5th inning, Robert Jr. going to swing at the first pitch. He's going to bloop one into the outfield. The first batter puts one up, so they get one on to start. Pitching a gem for the Sox. Hey, Hayden, what's going on? Welcome in. Is it your connection or mine? No, Matt Hatter, it's over here. It's on my side because everything just kind of lit up and started lagging a little bit. So it's definitely over here on our side. With all the heat we've been getting here in the area, we've had a lot of people with internet issues. This one to Montgomery, gonna foul this one back.
That's his bread and butter.
Montgomery, solid player.
And let this defense work. They've done that.
Trying to get this one through. Let's see here. Just check a few things. Here's a pitch high. Bassit's gonna miss. Starting to struggle here in the 5th. Usually this is when things come. 7 innings, 1 hitter. Yeah, Mike, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
They've been hitting there as well.
Trying to reconnect. All right. We're reconnecting.
5-run 3rd inning.
Go to tools. How do I go to tools? This pitch in. Going to be ground ball to 3rd. Picked up over to 2nd. Over to 1st. Can't get him. So they turn 1. They cannot get the double play ball. Cannot get the double play ball. That was close. That was close.
Spinning as they got into the glove.
Good job, though. All right, I'm just going to check a couple of things here. So we're just going to check a couple things to make sure everything looks okay. For just some reason, it keeps doing it on my end too, on my TV and my. Oh yeah, it's our side. It's our internet here, but it seems to be trying to stabilize. So hopefully it will keep hanging on. Slater coming up now. Slater gonna look to make this happen. All right, let's see if we can fix this. So I'm going to try and work on a few things on my end here as we continue to go through. Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike and even it up at 1-1. There we go. That's all right. We'll take that. We'll take that. Good pitch. Slater lays off of it outside. 2-1 now. Mark, I just started playing some Call of Duty. I haven't been streaming any Call of Duty over on our gaming channel, which, by the way, we do have a gaming channel. So make sure to check that out. Samuel B12 Gaming Experience. And it's pretty wild. I've played a couple rounds of Call of Duty, and it's a lot of fun. Over to 2nd and over to 1st. This time they do get the double play, and that gets the Jays out of the inning. So the Jays get themselves out of this one. They've had a few double plays. Some good work here by the Blue Jays. That's what they need to do. They need to keep hitting it. They are doing a really, really good job. So thank you, Blue Jays, for going. We're moving to the top of inning number 6, starting to keep this one going. Oh, come on, internet. Stop doing this. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Well, hopefully it'll hang in there. Hopefully it'll do all right. Wow. So good game so far. Only 1 inning with all the runs. 5 in the 3rd for the Blue Jays. That's okay. Now they just got to buckle down the pitching. We'll see if they're going to give him inning number 6. He has made a few bad pitches, managed to come back and get the job done. So it seems to be like he's doing okay. So he's been fighting it off. He's been staying alive. The Blue Jays, of course, doing a nice job fielding a number of double plays. There really has not been any threats by Chicago to score, at least now. In the 2nd, they had a chance, but they were able to get out of it. Crazy, I saw at the archery range. Oh boy, Mackenzie, as long as it's family friendly. All right, got to get the beverages in. Again, thanks for joining us. Thank you for being here. As we are moving along, the Blue Jays just doing exactly what we hoped they would do, and it's all good things for them, Jays. Let me just crack open another bottle. All right, trying not to spill this all over me. They're coming back. So let's go. Let's play some ball. Top of inning number 6. As we turn the corner. Riot, welcome back in. This is going to be outside. Hey, unfortunately, Riot, I can't control how the buffering goes and where you're watching from. But yeah, if you hit the refresh, it'll probably catch you up. Saw a hawk and an eagle fight. That's crazy. Wow. 2 gorgeous birds. That's for sure. So Schneider going to kick it off here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a pitch, big cut. He rips through that one. 1-2 the count. Gonna check the gloves, tighten those Velcros up a little bit, getting himself set. So he's in there, 8 seconds on the clock. I am really a big fan of this pitch clock. I know it's been several years now since it's been implemented. I like it a lot. Schneider gonna foul this one back. Staying alive. Schneider, of course, had that big home run to get the 3rd inning started. So he is 1 for 2 so far. So he's in here. 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's outside, but he swings at it. Fouls it off. Going to keep this one alive. Keeps it going. All right, sports fans, it's time. Drop it in the chat. As the Jays are up, let's see it. Go Jays go. Let's see the Go Jays go coming through the chat as Schneider is set with the 1-2. This one is going to be high outside, 2-2. All right, Mark, thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
Other teams where it appears like the game plan is how the Blue Jays inside. Fastballs in, fastballs in.
Schneider ready. Here's the pitch. Outside again. 3-2. Full count now. Full count. There it is. Joshua's getting the Go Jays go. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's see it. Let's see it.
To show them in, to keep them honest on the pitch.
Go Jays go. Drop it in the chat.
Everything's away. You can almost just set up out there.
Here's the pitch. Schneider going to foul this one back. There it is. Karen's getting it going. Go Jays go. Schneider's set up. Gotcha, Jonathan. Thank you. This is going to be hit high. This is fading back to the track. It's going to be caught in left field. Nice catch, and this is going to be tossed in. 1 down for the Blue Jays. Back to the top of the lineup. Lucas coming right back up here. So let's see what Lucas is doing. I see you, McKenzie. I see you there. I see you there.
Oh, what year is this? 2021. Okay.
There it is. Billy coming in with the Go Jays go.
Dalton came up as catcher. I didn't know that. Dalton, if you're watching, we didn't know that.
Dalton.
Dalton Varsho caught Tyler Gilbert's no-hitter in 2021.
Let's get this one back up and going. Here's a pitch in their first strike. 1-1 to Lucas.
Very funny. Not that he
That's weird. So yeah, a lot of folks saying they had some stream issues. So if you're still out there, hit that refresh.
1-1 on Nathan Lucas.
Here's the pitch to Lucas. High of the strike zone. Doesn't get the call. Gonna go to 2-1. Gonna go to 2-1. If you got kicked out or you got dropped, welcome back in. I hope you're able to find it okay. Joshua, that's a great price. I would jump on that. Lucas hits this one to left center. It's going to drop in. This goes to the track off the wall, turning and throwing it in. This is going to be a stand-up double for Lucas. Good job. Good job. Holds that one in. His 6th double for Nathan Lucas. There we go. That was huge. That was huge. Yeah, McKinsey, I don't really know. But make sure you hit that refresh, and usually refreshing brings everything back.
Game against a lefty reliever.
Now George Springer.
Springer is up. Here's the pitch, going to be outside. So Springer finds himself up again with a runner on second. We talk about Springer being clutch. He's 2 for 2 tonight, a double, a walk, and a single. He's having himself a great game. Here's the pitch inside.
281. But when you throw the walks in there and the power, that's how you get yourself an OPS of 884. Absolutely. You can have guys hitting 281.
So keeping this one going.
680. Yeah. But he's 884 because of the walks and the power.
Springer setting it up 2-0. In there for a strike. 2-1. Good pitch. Good pitch. Springer having a nice game, and this is why we say he's clutch. Sometimes things don't work. Sometimes he has an off night, but he's right back in here tonight. Here's the pitch, swinging right through that one. Oof, whiffed it. 2-2. 5-0 Blue Jays here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 is the count to Springer. 1 out on the board. Giddy up. Hopefully everybody is finding their way back in. Internet issues. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. Goes full count. 3-2, 1 out.
He's so disciplined in that regard, and I think that's what
Yeah, I'm with you there, Joshua. I'm with you there.
he might be trying to hit that changeup off the plate away, and it's a weak
You exited and came back in. All right.
take the pitch, and even if it
That's weird.
he might be 0-1, but
Yeah, not sure what's going on there.
come closer to the middle of the plate.
Here's the pitch. Inside on the hands. He's going to fight to foul this one off.
He's asking Scott
McKenzie, you ride?
on the corner. That might have been in a bit, but you're
That's pretty cool.
2 strikes, especially coming from a left-handed pitcher.
I used to ride way back in the day.
So it's by you whether it got the corner or not. So you have to protect and take a hat.
3-2 to Springer here. Springer fighting this one. Hanging on.
Lucas at second, 1 down. And another
Here's the pitch. Gilbert coming in, by the way. I didn't mention that. He's been in for a little while now, and Gilbert is going to miss high, and Springer gets walked. So Springer going to find his way. With 1 out, we got 2 on.
His first career start.
2 on. That brings up Vlatty Guerrero. Vlatty has a chance to do some damage with a couple runners on base.
His entire family was on hand because it was his debut.
Nice, Onyx.
Family
That's awesome.
make history that night. So really cool thing.
So let's see what they're going to do here, how they're going to turn this one around. Again, thank you for coming in, and thank you for coming back in if you got bumped out.
family and get them to drive or fly or wherever they're going. It's all good stuff.
Here's the pitch to Vlatty. He's going to swing, puts this one into center, into left center, and they boot it. This is going to be thrown in. Jay's going to score one more in a second. Sliding in Vlatty with the acrobatic slide, trying to dance around the tag. And he's staying on the base. He's calling for a challenge. He was called out.
Single for Guerrero.
Interesting. Hey, Kathleen, what's up? So we're going to have to see this on the review. Lucas comes around to score. Springer goes into third. The toss goes into second. And Vlatty tried to turn his body around. Tried to stretch a single into 2. He goes down and brings the arm up and tries to rotate around the tag. Let's see. Yeah, got him on the chest. Just heads up play here by Vlatty. There you go. Exactly, McKenzie. Exactly. So the runner is out. So Vlatty is out 2-0. The Blue Jays do score 1. It becomes 6-0. Bichette is due up now. Springer is currently on third. So Vlatty was able to get at least an RBI. So good job there. Kareem, I'm not sure what that is, buddy. I'm not sure what that is. So we got a pitch runner coming in here.
Interesting.
Oh, they're going to walk Barger. Sorry, I'm like, what's happening? So Bichette gets the intentional walk, it looks like. That's going to bring Barger up to the base. So they walk Bichette to put a runner on, and that's going to set up a force if need be. So we got 2 outs, runner on the corners. Barger hits one right up the middle, right to second base. They step on the bag and get the force, and that is exactly why they walked Bichette to do. And the Sox get out of it. It's 6-0 Blue Jays, 6 runs on 10 hits as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. So many sixes in what I just said. But that's okay. Welcome in. Welcome back in. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that follow or that subscribe. We want you to hang out for us. We got you covered with the Blue Jays. We will not be live tomorrow as the Blue Jays for game 3. They're playing an afternoon game. And well, we have to work. So we won't be streaming tomorrow. But the Blue Jays looking to close out, looking to sweep another series and keep the win streak going. They got to get at it today. We got to finish today before we look forward to tomorrow. But we got to look. Number 1 prospect in the system. Thank you. Gotcha. Kareem, I appreciate that. Thank you. That helps clarify. I was at a context that my brain wasn't processing. So thank you. Good night, Ulysses. Take care, my friend. Friendly neighborhood polar bear. Hope you continue to get on the mend. We need to get you better. The Blue Jays are playing better, though. They are an exciting, exciting team. Continuing to push. Dallas, 6-0. 6-0. 6-0. Blue Jays are ahead and doing a phenomenal job tonight. Pitching has been a little all over. We're going to see if Bassit does return to the mound. Right now, it is showing that he is coming out to face Rojas, but we will see. Is he indeed coming out, or will the Blue Jays make a pitching change? It's nice to see him go deep, but usually around that 5th inning is when the wheels start to fall off. So we'll see. Can they keep it set, lock, stock, and ready to rumble? Hopefully they do. Hopefully they continue to play well. So due up, we got Rojas, Tuckman, and Sosa. First pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone. Strike 1. 0-1 here to Rojas. Rojas hitting 179. Ouch. 179. But playing good D. Oh, he cranked this one. Cranked that, Soldier Boy. This is going to go over the fence. 6-1 now. A home run shot. I blame this one on Dallas. I blame this one on Dallas because Dallas came in saying, hey, it's 6-1. That was a huge blast. Got all of that one. Smoked it. Smoked it. Wow. Yeah, totally Dallas's fault. Let's see. Kratz thinks the Jays should go after Josh Naylor. Heard him TSN yesterday. Interesting. Pitch coming in. Strike 1 to Tuckman now is 1 run on the board. That's right. We all blame Dallas. If it's not Dallas's fault, it's Sam Bennett's fault. It's one of the two. Oh, poor Dallas. Poor Dallas. 1-1 now to Tuckman. He's 1 for 2 with a double in the first. He's up to 301. Here's the 1-1. This is going to be popped up. There goes that 300 average. It's going to be caught. Clement with a nice little catch there. 1 down. That's what the Jays got to do. Quick outs now. Quick outs. Got to bounce back. Got to bounce back. So weird. The sound dropped way off about 10 minutes ago. Had to leave, then come back. Yeah, Zach. We were having, I don't know, I think it was some internet issue we were having in our area. But yeah, it got all messed up. But glad to have you back. Hopefully everything is okay. Foul ball. Vlatty gonna make the catch just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. That's 2. 2 outs. 2 outs. Good job, Blue Jays. 2 down in the bottom of the 6. The solo shot by Rojas puts 1 on the board for the Sox. And thank you, Zach, for confirming. It's all good now. Matt Adder, that's outstanding. Here's the pitch. Again, it's going to be popped up. Popped foul. So doing a nice job here. Bassit continues to get some quick outs. It's clutch. This one is not one of those quick outs. Gonna miss. Gonna be 1-1. 1-1 to Benedetti. Benetenetti. I can never say his name right properly. He is 0 for 2 on the night. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 1 strike away now. Onyx. Outstanding, Onyx. Outstanding work. 1 for 2. 2 outs. Let's go. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-2. Can even it up. I'm with the EMS, so can't watch or follow any other way. So being able to listen to your... Oh, thank you, Zach. Thank you for what you do. That's a tough gig. So I'm glad I can keep you up to speed on what's going on while you're at work. That's a very important job. So kudos to you and the crew you work with. This is going to be high, full count. Hey, Jesse, what's going on? Welcome. Go Jays, go. They are going 6-1 is the score. 3-2, full count, 2 outs, trying to get out of this inning. Here's a pitch, going to be put into play. Right to Vlatty, going to grab it, touch the bag, and we're going to turn this one over as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Blue Jays crushing it right now. Way to go, Jays. This is exactly what we wanted to see, exactly what we needed to see. So welcome in, everybody. Again, wherever you're watching from, hit that like, tap that screen, hit that follow or subscribe. We appreciate you all, whichever platform you are watching on, as we continue to grow. Again, coming up later this week over on our YouTube's gaming channel, Samuel B12 Gaming Experience, we will get some live gaming. Plus, we get a bunch of clips posted on all of our socials, some highlights, some big plays, some reactions. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. If you want to follow us on all socials, best thing to do is check out our website, samuelb12experience.com, and you can link to all of our socials from there. So check out our website. This is going to be a fun finale if you're a Jays fan. We got a couple of innings left to go as we've turned the corner now down to the final stretch. Coming up here in the top of 7, it's going to be Kirk, Lorper, and Clement, the boys to take the field and keep this one going. The Blue Jays 53-38 right now, which is absolutely wild. The Cubbies have a little bit of a better record at 54-36. So the Blue Jays are right there with the top teams in the Major League Baseball league as a whole, which is pretty awesome. So way to go, Jays. It's exciting to see that they're having as good of a year as they are. And they're having fun. They are certainly enjoying it. There you go, Karen. Nice. Nice. We want jam. Hatter, that's amazing. That is amazing. We want jam. All right. Come on, Blue Jays. You know what time it is. We're almost to the 7th inning stretch. We're almost there. Jays are studying. We got another pitching change as Dan Atavilla's coming in. Atavilla comes in with a 2.16 ERA. He's only been in 15 games this season. So another pitching change here for the Sox. Let's see what he delivers. First pitch, 90 miles an hour, down low. Kirk 1 for 3 today with an RBI single in the 3rd. Average at 301, 7 home runs. Kirk's so much fun to watch. He's been getting a lot of coverage lately. Swing and a miss on this one as it sails through the strike zone. 96 miles an hour. Vlatty just tossing that one through. 1-1 now is the set. Here's the 1-1. Catches the top corner. Doesn't get the call, however. Does not get the call. So 2-1 the count now. Kirk with a slight advantage. He's set and ready to rock. Here's the pitch. Kirk hammers this one foul. 2-2. Gonna even it up. His arm, he's got big arms. Big arms and big thighs. He's got a low center of gravity, but he's got a lot up to see. Kirk is set. Here's the 2-2. He's locked in. Kirk gonna foul this one off again. Fighting off these pitches. He's making good contact. He's getting the bat around, which is great to see. And the Rays go down. Zach, I'm not upset about that. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the 2-2 to Kirk. Gonna poke this one down to right field. It's gonna drop in with a base hit. Captain Kirk with a base hit. And with no outs, the Jays got one on. It's gonna bring up the kid, Lorperfido. Lorperfido gonna get something going now. Got this one in on the hands, just had to fight it out there, and he certainly did that. So good stuff, Kirky. Good stuff, Kirky. Lorperfido. Let's see what he can do. He's making magic happen. He's going to lay down the bunt, and he missed. He missed. Went to lay it down. Did this yesterday and was able to get on base.
He will get big shift played against him, so why not keep defenses honest there?
Let's see. Putting down a bunt with Kirk is an interesting strategy, too. Takes this one high and even it up to 1-1. Mega, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh no, Onyx. That means I can tease Onyx all I want and he can't hear me. Here's the pitch. This one put into play and it squeaks through. Lorperfido with a nice hit. So no outs, 2 on for the Blue Jays. Way to go. Ernie Clement gonna find his way up here with a chance. The runner in scoring position. Good hitting. Poke this one out towards the middle of the field. Yeah, Mega, they certainly are. They've put it all together. You had Seattle on your parlay. Cashed out at 6.49. Glad I did. They're losing 6-0. There you go, Joshua. Jinx it, but the schedule is good for this winning streak. Yeah, Zach. Hey, listen, we'll take any bit of luck we can, right? Anything that works in our favor. This is going to be poked by Clement to right field. It's going to be caught. Is Kirk going to tag? He is not. He's going to race back. So a long shot to right field. Montgomery watching Kirk, though. Kirk does not attempt to tag up. So it's a long fly ball by Clement. He's out. 1 out on the board, 2 on, and that's going to bring up Schneider. Schneider's got a ton of power. So will he make something happen? Come on, Schneider. Let's go, Schneids. He did have a solo home run in the 3rd. Let's do it again. Let's get another home run going. Why not? Oh, the rain is coming down. We talked about the humidity earlier. We talked about the rain before the game started. The rain is coming down now. This one is going to be high. So it looks more like a heavy mist, but you can definitely see it on the helmet now. Now the camera is picking it up. You don't see any umbrellas coming out. Fans not leaving, but it is certainly coming down. Here's the pitch. Swinging right through it. And he slips down to a knee. Schneider really ripped through that one. 97 miles an hour. Couldn't catch up to it. 0-2 now to Schneider. Yeah, Mega, it's awesome. So 0-2. Here it comes the rain, 1 out. Schneider sings through it again, 98 miles an hour. Sit down, as now the fans are getting up and leaving. Fans are heading for cover as the rain continues to come down harder and harder. You see some ponchos coming out, but 98 miles an hour. Schneider just could not catch up to this one. So Lucas now coming up with 2 down, 2 on. Here in the 7th, Lucas making his way up here. Thousands paid $50 to secure a season ticket for the Halifax CFL team. Wonder where that money went. That's a good question, Joshua. That's a good question. I know they did that big push to show that they could support them. I'm sure it would have to be refunded. So Lucas is in the hole, 0-1. Here's the second pitch. That's going to miss as the rain continues to intensify. McKenzie, always. It is pouring. It is really coming down hard now. Everybody behind the plate has pretty much left. So 1-1 is the count. We are past the point of no return, so it is an official game. This is going to slip high, 99 miles an hour, and goes way high. Going to switch baseballs. 2-1. 2-1 is the count. 2-1. It is absolutely teeming. Absolutely teeming. Here's the pitch. Slips up, 92. Way high. 3-1 now. Baseball is just moving all over the place. Altavina, no control as he throws hard, and this is slipping out, slipping away. And you see the grounds crew folks at the side trying to, they're going to make the determination. Groundskeeper trying to put a hand up to catch some attention. And there it is. The ground crew is on their way, folks. We are going to end up in a rain delay as the crew is going to pull the tarps off. The tarps are going to come on, and we are going to a delay. We are moving to a delay. The question is, how long is this delay going to be? 2 on and 2 out. 3-1 count here in the top of inning number 7, and it is absolutely pouring right now. And here comes the team. They're going to roll these tarps out. Yikes. So you know what? There's only one thing to do. Actually, before we do that, let's check the radar maps. Weather in Chicago. Let's go to the trusty Weather Network. Check the maps. Of course, I don't know where in Chicago the stadium is. Let's take a look at this. Okay. It's north of downtown Chicago. Okay, so it's right by Chicago. Downtown. So let's kind of see if we zoom in. Checking out the weather maps. So there is, it should go by pretty quick, actually. Well, it depends. There is one storm, and it's not really over Chicago based off the radar, but clearly it is. Reflecting your every need. But this could be a little bit of a lengthy delay. So we're going to stick with it. We're going to see where this will be, and we're going to play it by ear. So we are in a rain delay, and it's pretty significant in terms of the weather map that's coming across. So we will keep our eye on it as we go into a rain delay. JJ, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Blue Jays were playing a great game. So you know what we got to do? There's only one way we start. Look at the correct stadium. Yeah, that's a good point too. There's only one good way to start a rain delay, and that's with a game of rock, paper, scissors, something we've done all hockey season. For those that are new, how it works is we're going to throw a rock, paper, or scissors. You have to put in the chat what you are playing, since I can't see what you're going to take. but you can't change it. Whatever you're thinking as we're doing rock, paper, scissors, you got to put it in. If you see me put scissors, don't change yours to go to rock. So you got to be honor. You got to be honest. It is the honor system that we work for. So here we go. One game, rock, paper, scissors. Let's see how it's going to go. All right. Are you ready? You know what you're going to put? You know what you're going to put? Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I'm going scissors. I'm going scissors. What are you going? You have to put it in. Tell me what you are taking. Wish it would rain here. Oh, Beverly, I know. I get that. It's terrible. It is terrible when that happens. So let's see. Zach is going with paper. Zach's going with paper. Beverly's going with paper. Onyx is going paper. Wow. Shermonica, welcome in, going paper. Karen going. Everybody's going paper. I'm shocked. There it is. Craig is dropping rock. Craig is dropping rock there. Nice. Good game. A lot of papers. A lot of papers. I was surprised to see so many papers out of the gun. I'm craving a good thunderstorm. A lot of rainy days, few tornado warnings, no prolonged thunderstorms. Yeah, we haven't had any good light shows, any good lightning light shows. Those are always fun to watch, but we are in a rain delay in Chicago. They've switched over to some bonus coverage of the Yankees, and they're beating up on Seattle 7-0. Fred with scissors. Prep with scissors. Wow. That's wild. So many papers today. Zach dropping the gifts. Thank you so much, Zach. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Phone it in. Yeah, oh boy. Love these rain delays. So listen, all in all, hey, Zach, what's going on? This is, it's unfortunate that we're in a rain delay right now because the Blue Jays were really in the zone. They were really in the zone. They were moving along. They were looking good. And we got Judge up to bat here. Stanton. Stanton is up to bat here. The Jays, I loved what they were doing. I loved how everybody was getting involved. Lucas is having a good game. He has a hit and a run. Springer's having a great game. 2 hits. He has 2 walks as well. Guerrero Jr. is having a good game. 2 hits, 2 RBIs from him. Barger has a hit and scored a run. He's got an RBI. Kirk, 2 hits tonight. He's got an RBI. Lord Profito with 2 hits and an RBI. Schneider's got a hit and an RBI. So the Blue Jays really finding a way of putting everything together. It's awesome to see. So it's an unfortunate situation that, they go to a rain delay, and these rain delays always find a way of wreaking some havoc. They are in the top of the 7th, so when they come back, they're going to play through it. But checking the weather radar, it looks like a slow-moving storm. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? It's a great game so far. We are stuck in a rain delay, however. We are stuck in a rain delay. Just started. They just came out. They just pulled the tarps over. So, of course, that's, somewhat problematic. Let's check this one thing out here. And, of course, the rain, when it comes in, it's so unpredictable. But the problem is, when it gets this heavy, how long can it rain for at this pace? Now, what time is it? We're at almost 10 o'clock. So the air quality in Chicago is poor. Feels like 25 degrees, 40% chance of rain. Well, it's obviously raining. So we're trying to get an accurate tell on the weather here. Let's go to the radar. We're looking at the Wrigley Field radar here to get a little bit more specific. And this kind of weather radar is slightly different. You can see it is quite the storm that is blowing across. And it's just a small cell that looks like it passes. So these are just some scattered some scattered clouds blowing past through Chicago here. So yikes, very interesting. Hopefully it blows by pretty quick and they can get this game certainly in here. The radar map, it doesn't show us as much as we expected to see. They should just call it. Yeah. It's they'll obviously wait a while. Now they do have an afternoon. The only thing, Joshua, that kind of goes against or that would support calling the game is it is an afternoon game tomorrow. It is an afternoon game tomorrow. So, how long they'll let this rain delay go before they make that decision, will be interesting to see. But it looks like it's like these small cells that are just kind of making its way and wreaking havoc. So, well, we'll keep an eye on the radar and see if anything changes. But yeah, it looks like this could potentially just blow through, and hopefully that is the case. So, okay, I'm just kind of trying to match up the exact position of the stadium in Chicago compared to the weather map. And it's like based off the weather map, there isn't even storm kind of blowing through that area. It's below it. So this must just be an isolated shower that's blowing through. So with any luck, it will move its way past. It does look kind of like this one cell. There's another one coming up behind it, but hopefully they get through this pretty quick. Let me check one other radar map here as we're very quickly becoming weather experts here on the experience. Let's check one more weather map here. Hey, Jesse, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Hope you are doing well as we're making sure it is a rain delay, but we want the Jays to finish this one and finish it looking real good. Yeah, so this is based off this. 9 o'clock was a 60% chance. 10 o'clock, there's supposed to be nothing. 10 and 11 o'clock, nothing. Then it picks up again around midnight. So hopefully this is a quick little bit of rain, and then we can pull the tarps off and get right back at it. And again, I'm looking at these radar maps. Let me zoom in here. Well, it's a little too close. So as we take a look at the maps, and I know I wish I could share it, but I don't want to mess with the screens. It looks like a little bit of a cell. Just this one pocket. This one pocket is right there, and then it should move on. And they should be free to finish this game. It doesn't look like they'll see more until later on. So hopefully this is a very quick one, and then they'll get the tarp off and get going. Obviously, they track these storms. Obviously, they watch and make sure. And as they blow through, they obviously chose to ignore it. And then this one cell kind of pop up and was just dumping on them. So they ran out and got this one good. That's the one thing about baseball, right? Especially with the open roof stadiums, is you're going to get some weather. You're going to get some weather, whether it's rain, whether it's snow. And we've seen some odd ones, especially in the Blue Jays. We had, was it Mookie Wilson, I believe, that was at bat, and it was absolutely pouring. And the pitcher would throw the ball, and clearly it was slipping out of his hands because it was going way far to the side, and he was just swinging just to get out to end the inning. We've seen some weird plays for sure. So that's pretty cool. How do I feel about Landeskog? In what regard, Mackenzie? Just overall in general, or in his comeback? He's a great hockey player. Was a good hockey player. Obviously, being out as long as he was, it's going to take him some time to get back in there. I really thought he was going to be a big motivational factor for the Avalanche. I originally had the Avalanche losing in the first round, and when I heard that Landeskog was going to come back, I changed my mind. I said, you know what? They're going to get past. In the second round. They're going to get past. And I thought he would be that spark. Obviously wasn't there. He's great, but no Sakic or Forsberg. Yeah, Onyx. Oh, talk about two of the greats ever in Colorado Avalanche history. Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg, right? Absolutely wild. And, you know, you can thank, Colorado can thank the Quebec Nordiques for that, because it's all because of that Eric Lindros trade that brought them to Quebec and then obviously to Colorado. So Eric Lindros pretty much single-handedly brought a Stanley Cup championship caliber team to Colorado. Just saying. So Ray Bourque, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Ray Bourque fan. I was back in the day when he was with Boston and he was going to the All-Star games, the skills competitions, and going 4 for 4, and the things he was doing was just insane, right? It was absolutely wild. Really a big fan of Ray Bourque. Something at the end of his career just rubbed me the wrong way, and I kind of would stop being a fan anymore. I blame it on the Rantanen trade. Mackenzie, that absolutely was huge. Listen, that Rantanen trade came back to bite Colorado so badly. They traded him, specifically traded him to the East, so they wouldn't have to deal with him in the playoffs. And of course, you know, when that situation happened and Carolina couldn't sign him, and they said, well, you know what? We're going to find a way to stick it to Colorado. And by trading him to Dallas, they did just that. It was wild. Craig, I'm not sure. I don't know about that. Definitely not this version of the Avalanche. Maybe the old school version of the Avalanche, the original version. But I don't know offhand, to be honest with you. But yeah, Rantanen was something else. That Rantanen train definitely came back to bite them big time. That one hurt for sure. Which, you know, listen, that's the story of hockey, right? The story of hockey. So it looks like it's still coming down. It's not coming down as hard as it was. They're showing some video picture here. It looks like out on the inside, kind of around the concourse level. It's still certainly coming down, but not as hard as it was when they pulled the tarps. Now, that also could be the camera angles and how they're showing it, but hopefully the rain does stop soon and we'll get back in this game and able to close it off. We were making real good time, real good pace of this game, of course, and then the rain has to hit and we're stuck here. Yeah, Craig, exactly. Way back then. I'm not sure. Let's do a little crack research. Did I close? Sam, you didn't. You didn't. Yes, I did. I closed the wrong window. Oh boy. All right, let me reset this. All right, so let's take a look. So we'll find out here. Don Cherry's successful coaching career in both the American Hockey League and the National Hockey League. He's best known for his time with Boston, of course. We know that, where he won the Jack Adams in 1976. But you're correct, Craig. He also coached the Colorado Rockies. So not the Avalanche, Colorado Rockies, and had a strong record with in the AHL with the Rochester Americans. So he coached for Rochester for 71-72. He was named the AHL Coach of the Year in 74. He led Rochester to the Calder Cup championships in 65, 66, and 68. He took over the Bruins in 74, coached them for 5 seasons. During his time with the Bruins, he led them to 4 division titles and 2 Stanley Cup final appearances. In 76, he won the Jack Adams Award as the NHL's Coach of the Year. He coached the Colorado Rockies for 1 season before retiring in 1980. I didn't realize the Colorado Rockies were there in 1980. I thought they were earlier than that. Wow. Travis, yes, still in a rain delay, although it certainly looks like it's slowing down, but still in a rain delay. That's wild. Yeah, Don Cherry is something else. You know, there was a whole little bit of controversy just recently where Don Cherry on one of his podcasts came forward and said that toodaloo, this is it, toodaloo, see you later. And it was taken as if Don Cherry has officially signed off, ended his broadcasting career. Well, it has since come out that no, he was just kind of ending the hockey season and saying goodbye, and fully plans on doing his podcast again next year. Now, we will have to see if that actually happens, but listen, Don Cherry, always opinionated, and kudos for his son for keeping it going and really pushing as much as he can. Don Cherry had a tryout with the Leafs. He hit a star. They told him to leave. You know, it's funny, Joshua, we see that a lot in training camp and stuff. Guys trying to make a name for themselves, throwing a hit, getting in a fight, you know, doing something they probably shouldn't have. And especially now today, you know, it gets all over the media and it creates a whole thing. And so this player ends up creating a bit of a name for himself, but also creating a bit of, you know, a negative aura around their name for doing that in, you know, in a tryout situation. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Travis. Always. Always. But he was so good. I mean, listen, I don't know about a lot of you, but I know for me, you know, growing up, we had certain voices to our sports. You know, obviously, you know, Bob Cole and Harry Neal, Hockey Night in Canada, for me, that was the call of the ages. Loved listening to them. Don Cherry and Ron McLean, Coach's Corner, that was it. Just like, you know, Tom Cheek and Jerry Howarth calling the Blue Jay games. Will always be the voices I hear. So it's, you know, when we look back at Don Cherry and the things he did, it's unfortunate that a lot of people today are only going to know him from what was said that ended his broadcast career with CBC, isn't really going to bring forward and get to know all the other things he did. Hey, Edward, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Foreigner or Journey? Ooh, that's a tough choice. Both have some good tracks. Today, I would probably say Journey. But I think it totally depends on the mood. Hey, Polar Bear, what's going on? With it raining, are they just going to call it? So they're going to wait it out for a little while. It will get to a point that they might. There is an afternoon game tomorrow, so they don't want to keep these guys up all night and then have to have them turn around for an afternoon game. But based off the weather maps, it looks like a very small pocket of rain that's just slow moving. So they'll give it a little bit of time. We'll see. Monty, what's going on? Grew up on Rock'em Sock'em. Yeah, Monty. Those were like the holiday gift every year. The Rock'em Sock'em videos were the best. They were the best. Seattle's making the comeback. It's going to be a long comeback. 10-3. Here in the 8th, the Yankees trying to shut them down. Yeah, Monty, love the Rock'em Sock'em videos. I mean, you could watch those forever. We are in a rain delay, by the way, if you are just popping in and wondering why on earth is nothing happening? Why are they talking about anything but baseball? It is in a rain delay. So we've been in a rain delay now for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. We'll have to see. But I think the Yankees are going to win. I think they're going to pull this one off. Unless they have an absolute epic collapse, which I don't think is going to be the case. But the Yankees definitely hanging in there. We're all hanging in there, waiting for this game to get back up and running. If we take a look at the standings right now, the Blue Jays, of course, going into tonight, the Blue Jays are 53-38, 3.5 games ahead of the Yankees, 4.5 ahead of Tampa Bay. Boston, they are 6 games back, so the Blue Jays doing a good job there. In the Central Division, Detroit in top spot, 59-34. Kansas City behind them, followed by Minnesota. Over in the West, Houston at top spot there, 55-36. Followed by Seattle, NLA. Then over into the National League East. Philadelphia at 53 and 38 leads the way, followed by the Mets and Miami. Central Division has the Cubs, Milwaukee, and St. Louis. Surprised the Braves are so far back. And of course, over in the NL West, it's the Dodgers, Francisco, and San Diego is kind of your score, your standings. But when we look overall at the league as a whole, it is the Blue Jays sitting in third place in the American League as a whole, which is amazing. They're behind Detroit and Houston, which is wild. So third place, and I think fifth overall in the league combined divisions. For the wild cards, it's way too early to start looking at wild cards, but it's always fun to. Wild card teams right now in the National League, the Mets, Milwaukee, and San Francisco. In the AL, it's the Yankees, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. So wouldn't it be wild if the Boston Red Sox don't make it? It's been a while since we've seen Boston not doing that well. Tyler, how's it going? Why is it delayed? It is delayed due to some rain moving through the Chicago area, and hopefully they get that cleared up. Hey, Jackson. So yeah, Tyler, hopefully that rain goes away and they can finish this game up, because they were moving at a pretty decent pace. They were moving at a real good pace. It's currently top of the 7th inning when they continue. The Blue Jays are up. It's Lucas with a 3-1 count. There are 2 outs, and the Blue Jays have 2 runners on. So the Blue Jays were potentially threatening to do some more damage. They were potentially looking to make more happen. But then the grounds crew keeper came up, put his hand up, gave the wave. They called it, and they sprung into action. They flew out of the dugout real quick, pulled the cover off the tarp, and started getting that tarp down. So hopefully that goes through real quick, and we can get this game done. Again, tomorrow they play just after 2 o'clock. So I don't think they want to let this go all night long. But the problem with rain delays is you never know how long it can go. Yeah, the Calgary Stampede going on right now. I haven't watched any of it myself, to be honest with you, but it's popular. Calgary Stampede, one of the biggest events of the year. Have they played enough innings yes. So you only have to play, you have to complete 5 innings, I believe it is. So we are past the official marker. Game is official. So if they do decide to call it, the Blue Jays would get the win. Now they are decisively in the lead, right? It's 6-1 Blue Jays, 6-1. So it's not like a 3-2 game or a tie game where really, anything can happen. Now, sure. Can anything happen in the bottom half of 3 innings? Absolutely it can. But I think when you're in a big lead like that, I think that has to go into account a little bit anyways to see what does happen. But that's what happens with baseball, right? When you get the weather moving in, you get in these little rain delays. But all in all, this has been a wild game. And by the way, if you are just coming in to hang out, if you're coming in to wait for this game to come back on, make sure you hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to join us for more baseball, Toronto Blue Jays action, Canadian Football League, Toronto Argonauts action, and all kinds of sports. And of course, come the fall, when NHL gets back up and running, we are your go-to destination for the Toronto Maple Leafs and National Hockey League game coverage. So we're going to have a lot of fun with all of that. So make sure you're following along and subscribed to the action. Right now, they're giving us some bonus coverage of the Yankees in Seattle, but the Yankees are blowing them out of the water 10-3 right now here in this one. It's still, we're kind of watching the weather map. I don't know. Obviously, they have to wait for the rain to stop before they take the tarps off. They're not going to let it still drizzle. So the rain on the last shot they showed, it had definitely slowed down. Let's see if we can find a live cam feed from Wrigley Field, and we can see ourselves what is going on. So we're going to pull this up and we're going to get an ad. And we're going to get an ad. Of course you are. Ad, go away. Oh my goodness. All right, let's close this ad. I gotta, oh, I can't even close it. I just gotta let this ad run. Oh, all right. So we're gonna see. We're checking a live cam here in Chicago to get our own view of what's going on. Back in the 80s, Pete Rose was about breaking records. He wore 5 shirts under his jersey so he could sign each one a game-worn shirt. That's funny, Onyx. All right, so we do see this isn't a great quality camera, but this is a camera outside Wrigley Field. And it just changed to New Orleans. I don't want a New Orleans. Go back to Chicago. So there is one person walking around outside with an umbrella. A lot of people, though, no umbrellas walking around. So that's a good sign based off this. And I mean, this is a low quality camera. It doesn't look like it is raining. So I think maybe this has stopped. The ground itself doesn't look overly wet. There are a few puddles by the road, but this is a promising sign. So we'll have to see based upon this. Oh, this guy's running pretty good. So maybe, you know what? As I say that, it looks like it's picking back up because now I am picking up lots of rain in this camera. Yep, and here's all the people that were standing outside. They're all running for cover. So we got a live cam shot outside of Wrigley Field as we're trying to pick up on the rain. And it looked like it had stopped, but it looks like it has started up again. And it's really coming down. That was funny. Everybody in front of Wrigley Field all just kind of scattered, and made their way. So yeah, we definitely have some rain going on here. Oh no, boo. So yeah, there are people walking under. There's a little lip overhanging outside of Wrigley Field. We are right. The camera is pointing at the big sign in front of Wrigley Field. I think this is Addison Street, if I'm reading the street sign correctly. Addison Street, where they are. Can I zoom in? No. If I turn on the sound, can't really tell. But yeah, it's definitely still raining here. So I don't think we're going to be out of this anytime soon. I was hopeful. That's right. They should just close the roof. Yeah, I wish. And then we could get this game underway. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be sitting here for a little bit longer, a little ways longer as we are. You know what, Polar Bear? I don't know if I can actually bring this over or not, to be honest. I don't know if it's copyrighted material or not. I'm not sure if this is copyright material, so I certainly don't want to put anything out there that I shouldn't be doing. But yeah, Monty, to answer your question, Bassit was the starter. Bassit played well. He was still in there, and he was playing decent baseball. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Welcome in. But you can follow along if you want to open in another window. I'm looking at EarthCam. So I'm looking at EarthCam, which is what you can look at as well if you want to open another browser window and take a look. If it's public Chicago Cam, then it should be fine. Yeah, it probably is okay. I just, I don't want to take the chance without doing any research to double check. But yeah, we're looking at EarthCam. Oh, I can actually move the camera around, and yeah, it is facing Addison Street. We're here in front of Wrigley Field, and it is. It's not raining as much as it was moments ago. I'm trying to, this is how desperate you are. I'm trying to see the cars, coming through, if the umbrellas are going and at what speed the umbrellas are. This is how we're trying to get a feel for how long this is going to be going for. Alexander, how's it going? Welcome in. So we got a runner on the sidewalk here. She's got no umbrella. All right, here I can zoom in. Do we see any splashes in the puddles? Not really. That guy's running. Okay, here we got some umbrella action, or some wiper action. Wipers definitely are on high speed. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So we got some good wiper speed. So definitely it's going. Wow, this is what we're doing. But we got some bikers out here too. Like, how weird is it that we got some folks out walking now, no umbrellas. We got a few people on bicycles, no jackets, no ponchos, no umbrellas. The cars here do have their wipers going at a pretty good speed. This lady is taking photos. What is happening? And then there's some other people walking in the distance. They got their umbrella up. This is funny. Talk about people watching. I've been given an eagle feather by an elder. Oh, nice. Wayne, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcoming everybody again. Thanks for joining us as we're here on a rain delay and we're cam surfing the front of Wrigley Field, courtesy of Earth Cam. And we're trying to determine how much it is actually raining, but the quality is so poor. We got some cars have the wipers going. We got one lady here with an umbrella up. Everybody else is not with an umbrella. I'm trying to get a feel if there's any puddles, any splashes, but the quality of the camera just isn't good enough. Oh, we got a food delivery guy driving by. Almost took the people out crossing the road. That's not good bicycle manners. All right, here we... Well, so, oh yeah, they're showing a shot inside the stadium. It is absolutely teeming. It is coming down. Doesn't look like that on the Earth Cam, but it is absolutely pouring. It's a major storm here. Why are people out like not with umbrellas? That's crazy. So it is a serious storm. It is really coming down. It doesn't look like it from this camera. Let's see if we can find a different one, because it's really coming down. So here's another camera. This one is the side of Wrigley Field. Much better quality. This is on Sheffield Avenue. But again, this one, it doesn't look like it's raining nearly as badly as what we saw, what they just showed inside the ballpark. How bizarre is that? That is super bizarre. Inside the ballpark, what they just showed on the broadcast, it was absolutely teeming. Yeah, Austin, we've been looking at the weather maps. The area where Wrigley Field is, it's outside of the kind of the map. It's outside of the radar with that storm cloud coming through. It is underneath. You know, if you look at just Chicago in kind of southern Chicago, yes, there's a cell really moving through. But they're north, and where Wrigley Field is, there was one little cell that went through, and it looked like it had blown by now. And looking at these cameras, most of the people don't have umbrellas. And this camera from a different site is much better quality. Now, who knows if this is really live or not? That's the other thing. It looks damp, but it doesn't look like it's teeming. All right, let's go to the third. We need a tiebreaker, a tie-breaking camera. Let's go to another one. This is really funny. We're stalking the camera views here to see. So this one, yeah, no, this is not good. Let's go here. So this is kind of the same camera that we saw earlier, courtesy of Earth Cam, and it doesn't look like these camera angles from outside of Wrigley Field look like it's barely raining at all. How is there such a discrepancy from what the broadcast just showed inside of it absolutely teeming? Because it does not look like that outside here at all. It is the 8th today, right? Yes, it is the 8th. It is the right time. Let's click on live view. These people are standing outside. So I don't know if what they showed from that broadcast was a shot from earlier or what's going on. It's first guaranteed rate field. on 31st and Shields Avenue. All right, so let's see. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Guaranteed rate field. Let's see what it's like over here. Do we have one over here? We're gonna move around, see over here on the other side of Chicago. That's a good point. I mean, we're just looking at what we have. So we're gonna see if this one is different. It could be. I mean, it's very, very possible the weather is different over here. Over by Wrigley, it looks okay. Let's check over here. I mean, I don't know. Truth be told, I don't know how far apart these two stadiums are. So it could be that the weather is very, very different. But we'll see. Where is this one? So we're going to search. Whoop. What do we need here? We're trying to pull this all up on the fly here. That's not what we want. So guaranteed. All right, so let's see, it's here. So it's not far from Wrigley Field. Wrigley is more north. This is definitely a little bit on the south side, so it is a little bit more in the heart of the storm. So that's a valid point. Gio, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see ya. If you look at the weather network, there's not much else behind the storm, so fingers crossed. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I saw Tyler Johnson announce his retirement. It's crazy. That's right. We got full live rain play-by-play. Full live rain play-by-play. You're not getting that anywhere else. No thunder, no lightning, though. That's good. All right, let's see here. There's got to be a live cam here. Got to be one over here. No, just this other one. I mean, the Chicago cam itself is in a pretty gnarly haze. We're gonna find. We're determined. We're gonna find. If they have at Wrigley, they gotta have here, right? It's only fair. How can you have live cams at one and not the other? Oh, we could check this. Okay, here we go. So the sky deck cam in Chicago, that's pretty high up. Can't really see anything. There's Wrigley. We looked at Wrigley already. Wow, they don't have a camera over by the other system, by the other stadium. All right, we can check some traffic cams. Should we go check some traffic cams? All right, where's the street? Let's look it up. This is what we're resulting to, folks. We're looking up traffic cams to get real-time weather updates. So the rule, if the game is suspended, is that the game? Yes. So Austin, if they call the game because it's past the official game marker, it's past the fifth inning, the Jays would get the win. Do you have a player you would like the Leafs to trade for this offseason if they could? You know what, Monty? There's nobody in my mind directly that I'm like, you have to go out and get this guy. I'm pretty happy with kind of what they have right now. Hey, Brendan, coming in over here. Have they called? They have not called the game yet. They have not called the game yet. All right, let's see. What street is Rate Field? Let's see. We need an address here. Guaranteed rate field, home to Chicago's League, 33 West 53rd Street. All right, so there we go. So we got the address. So we're looking up some traffic cameras. So here's Chicago. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I can't even search. So this is certainly not going to make it easy. West 35th Street. All right, now being from Canada, this number system for streets is very strange for me. Okay, so here's Chicago. We know it's just down, so it's got to be around here somewhere. 154. How the heck do you know what where 33rd Street is? This is nuts. Cancel. You're disappointing. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so I'm trying to find it. There. This is really funny. You guys must think I'm nuts. Like, what is Sam doing? Sam is trying to get this. Trying to find where right field is. Okay, so it's right off the I-90 Express. So I'm comparing one map to another map to see if there's a traffic cam so we can look at this. This is how ridiculous Sam is being. All right, so it's got to be here. Okay, here's the 90. So what is this? Okay, I think we got it. 69th, 47th, 43rd. Well, they're showing a live shots. It's continuing to pour. So no decision has been made yet. No decision has been made yet. So we're going to continue to search for these cams. Do you have a question? Yes. Ask your question. Fire away. How do we go to ball to traffic cams, right? So we're trying to figure this out, because since it's a rain delay and we got nothing better to do, we're going to try and find our own live cameras here. So I'm trying to find a camera close to it. Now I forget. What did I say it was? West 35th goes right across in the I-90. All right. So here's the 90. 47th, 43rd. It's got to be like right here. Or am I going down too far? All right, so we're going to take a look. Close enough. I think we're close enough. Like I need a better landmark here to. No, I'm not far enough. Okay, this goes down past Chinatown. So it comes down here. It's and if I hit the 12, am I too far? 57 across. There's the 20. So the 20. Why does this all look so different? Why does this all look so different? Why is this so hard? Why does this look so hard? Why can't I make heads or tails of where this is? Right field is up here. This is really hard. Okay, there's the 55. I don't see the 90. Why can't I see the 90 here? This is nuts. This is the best live stream ever. Thank you. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Why is this so difficult? Why is this so hard? Thank you guys for hanging out, keeping me entertained while we go through this. I'm normally not this bad with maps. Okay, let's put this in a couple different windows here to make this easier. I'm trying to compare one map to the other, and it's really, really frustrating. There's the 90, here the 90. Okay, so we found the 90. So there's the 55. Okay, so we're here and here. 55 and the 90. Okay, so this comes down. Here's 47th Street. 33rd, where's 47 on here? 47 is too far. So that's as far as I can zoom in. I-90 south of 35th Street. Okay, that's good enough, right? I-90 south of 35th. Traffic closest cam 90 east. Yeah, it's pretty bad. How do I pull up the actual camera? Anyways, after all of that, we found it, and it's raining, and it's not even a live camera. It's just a still photo of it. I want to see the live camera shot. Oh boy. Uh-oh. The feed just went down. So they're going to bring it up, but it is still absolutely pouring. It is coming down really hard now. This is not going to be stopped anytime soon. I can see how this rain is falling here. We just watched the world go by. Just watch the world go by. I should pull. Yeah, you should do it. Absolutely. They should just call the game and give it to us. Make it 10 in a row. That's not the way we want to get 10 in a row, though. We don't want 10 in a row just by saying, it's raining. Call the game. But it is pouring there, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. But let's take a look here. Let's pick up something else. I want to check. Go back to the radar maps here. Sorry, give me a second. It's hard to it's hard to talk and type at the same time. All right, so we're gonna pull up this radar map. I mean, it is really coming down. This one now says it's gonna rain 10 o'clock right through to 12 o'clock. So this weather, what we were checking earlier, has changed significantly. It is going to be raining overnight into the morning in Chicago. So if you are in Chicago, you are going to be facing a whole lot of rain tomorrow. It's going to rain Thursday, and then, even more rain on Friday. Let's go to these maps now. And yes, there's a significant system coming through. It helps when you look at the correct stadium. So this is coming through, and if we look at the radar map, good golly, Miss Molly, this storm is going to end. It's going to pass through about 1 a.m., but there's a little follow-up cell. It does not look like the rain is going to be clear from the stadium area until about 3 a.m. So it looks like about 3 a.m. is when these storms are going to be cleared. I can't imagine they're going to be sitting here waiting till 3 a.m. to call it. So I don't know what the official word is. Let's see. And when to call a game due to rain. All right, let's see. Let's see here in regulation. A game is considered a regulation game as an official game once the visiting team has made 15 outs, 5 innings, and the home team is leading but made 15 outs. Okay, so it is an official game. Prior to the 2020 season, if a game was terminated due to early weather before becoming official, okay, blah, 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 we don't care. The rules below remain in place. If a regulation game is terminated early due to weather, the results are considered final. If the home team is leading, if the home team is trailing, the results are considered final if the game is not in the midst of an inning when the visiting team has taken the field. Well, that is the situation we're in right now. It's a regulation game. The visiting team is in the middle of an inning and at bat. If a regulation game is terminated early due to weather and the game is either tied, which it's not, or in the midst of an inning in which the visiting team has taken the lead. Oh, so they didn't take the lead. They were already leading going into it. So that's fine. If not terminated early, regulation games last until the trailing team has had a chance to make 27 outs, 9 innings. The home team is leading, blah, 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 blah. If the game is tied. So if a regulation game is terminated early due to weather, the results are considered final. Yes. The home team is trailing. The results should be considered final if the game is not in the midst of an inning when the visiting team is taking a lead. So they didn't take the lead in the middle. They were leading. Okay, so what do they decide? What do they decide to call it? As part of the MLB health and safety protocols, the rain delay rules are a bit different in the past. If weather causes a game, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, regulations is official game. Okay, so, but I'm trying to determine how long do they let this go? Okay, so here we go. Looking at the weather, it's supposed to rain, blah, 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 blah. If you postponement rather than the game. So sorry, I'm trying to figure this out here to get a proper answer. If teams agree that the inclement weather will not pass in a reasonable amount of time, an official rainout is announced. But what is a reasonable? MLB rain rules. So this is all saying the same stuff. Rain out policy applies to any regular season games, postseason in the league. Okay, what is the... let's see. A wet field is dangerous. Yeah, no fooling. When a rainout occurs, can either be postponed or canceled, rescheduled. Which is that state if a game is played, if the game is delayed due to bad weather, there will be a minimum delay of 30 minutes before the game can resume. However, if conditions fail to improve after the 30-minute delay, umpires can make the decision to call off the game. So this says they give it 30 minutes. Well, we're way past 30 minutes now. We're probably at about an hour. I'm thinking we're probably about an hour's time. So the umpires can call it. It has passed. Let's see if we can keep finding. Let's see if we can keep digging a little bit more here to give us some insight. When is an LE game called? So not great information here, but we know the game is official. It's just how long do they wait? So let's see. Major League Baseball, the umpire-in-chief has the direction to wait a reasonable amount of time before calling a game due to a rain delay. They typically are required to wait at least 75 minutes. In practice, umpires often wait longer, sometimes up to 2 to 3 hours or even longer, to see if the weather improves and the game can be played. Ultimately, the decision to call a game due to a rain delay is based on the safety and likelihood of the weather clearing before play to resume. Chicago umps don't want to call it. They don't want to get the free win. Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. Let's see, municipality curfew laws per city ordinance. Is there a curfew? Is there a curfew in Chicago? That's a good point. Is there a curfew in effect in Chicago? So the other thing, hey, John, what's going on? Welcome in. Finish the game, Jays win. Yeah. So here's the deal, right? We know in Chicago right now, we've been, what are we, about an hour? We've about an hour delay. The umpires obviously have the say. The Blue Jays are leading big time, right? 6-1. So there's no question. Can Chicago come back in the bottom of 7, bottom of 8, bottom of 9th? Absolutely. 5 runs is not out of the question. It certainly is possible. Is it likely? No, not really. Now, the Blue Jays do have 2 on with 2 outs, and it was a 3-1 count to Lucas. So if you're the head umpire and you're looking at it and you say, Chicago through 6 innings, because Chicago has only had 6 innings, they only have 4 hits and they've scored 1 run. So the odds probably are not in the favor of Chicago coming back to win this game. The other thing the umpire has to consider is they have an afternoon game tomorrow. So the Blue Jays do play tomorrow at, is it 2 o'clock? I believe 3 o'clock. So a 3:10 game. It's an afternoon game for tomorrow. So it's an afternoon game. That definitely will come into consideration. So how long they will wait to call, it says at least 75 minutes. So I assume in the next 10 or 15 minutes, you know, and I really haven't been tracking, but that is probably in and about that 75-minute marker. So if it is still raining, and again, we looked at the weather map, and it looks like if we fast forward, Chicago is going to be under rain till about 3 a.m. It's going to be clear. So let's say 2 a.m. The heavy stuff, the red and yellow, should pass by Chicago around 12:30. I can't believe they're going to sit here for another potentially 2 hours in this rain delay with them having to play again tomorrow afternoon. So I expect in the next 15 minutes or so, we should get a reasonable judgment call by this official. Again, looking at the traffic cams in and around the stadium, it is still very wet and it is still seeming to come down. Now, again, these traffic cams are just still shots, so it is kind of hard to tell. But I expect we should hear something in the next 15 minutes or so to say, is this indeed going to be canceled or is this going to be continuing? Hey, Dennis, how's it going? Hey, would they play the rest of the game tomorrow before the other game? So it depends on what they make the call. Mackenzie, please don't spam the chat. I appreciate that. You know, it depends on what they call. If they call it a postponement, they won't. Mackenzie, please, I ask you, do not spam the chat in that way. So I don't think they are going to postpone it. I think at this point, they would just cancel it outright. They would just say Blue Jays win, but we'll see if that is the case. Welcome from Ottawa. So I hope they don't. I mean, I'd love for them to play it, but looking at these, the weather maps, the weather radar from the Weather Network, this, like I said, this big storm looks like it's going to blow over for a little bit. Antonio, how's it going? Being that it's past 5 innings, they can't call it a postponement. It's technically a regulation game at this point. So if it's called, the Jays win. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what they need to do, is they need to make that determination and say, the rain is still going to be in the forecast for the next 3 hours. And once the rain stops, because again, what the article was saying, once the rain stops, they wait about a half an hour because they got to drain out the field. They got to dry it. You don't want to risk somebody running on a wet outfield, because remember, when they put the tarps down, they just tarp over the infield. So they usually wait about a half an hour after it stops raining to, you know, dry up a little bit. So at this point, as we sit here, it's 10:43 on the East Coast, 10:43 here on the East Coast. So I think they will, you know, I think we'll hear shortly in the next 15 minutes or so. And based off what we're seeing in and around Chicago, it's not stopping anytime soon. So the umpire needs to decide, Are they going to wait this one out? Are they going to wait an hour, 2 hours, whatever it'll be, until it stops, and then another half an hour after that to thaw out? Or are they just going to say, you know what, these two teams play tomorrow afternoon. Let's just call it. Again, all the stats kind of are in favor to say it's 6-1 Blue Jays. We're in the top of the 7th. They got 2 on. There is 2 outs, but their Blue Jays potentially are threatening to score even more. DVJ, what's going on? This is a weather event, could last for hours on and off. The game should have been waived. Yeah, you know, DVJ, they were saying earlier that this definitely was in the radar. It was in the cards, but they decided to move forward with the game because they didn't believe the rain would be as heavy as it was. They thought, because it rained before the game started and it had stopped before, and they thought that was what they were going to get, and they should be in the clear, you know, to get this game in really until the 11 o'clock or midnight hour. Hey, Jack, what's going on? Welcome in. And again, appreciate y'all coming in and being here. I know it's on a rain delay. As you are coming in, again, do us that favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe or follow. If you're not already subbed up to the channel, let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Sam. This is the Sam Welby 12 Experience. We love our sports. We're a Toronto guy, born and raised all my life. We're in the Toronto area, and we cover Toronto sports, the Blue Jays, the Canadian Football League, and the Argonauts, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs all winter long. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. There you go. Christopher coming in, hitting it, getting it done. Appreciate that. So we got you covered. Giovanni, how's it going? Welcome in. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that layer. We love our sports. We love our sports, especially when they're winning. It makes it all that much more enjoyable. But we've seen the high highs, we've seen the low lows. And, you know, especially come playoff time, especially in hockey, if you didn't find us during this past Stanley Cup playoff run, we were live every single night during the Stanley Cup playoffs, bringing you all the series. I think we missed like 3 nights in total. It was a wild, wild run. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jack. But we just love our sports. We love bringing it to you, and we love having fun. No TFC. So let me tell you, I know nothing about soccer, and I'm the first person to tell you that. I know nothing about soccer. However, when Canada does play in some of these international competitions, we have done a couple Canada soccer games, and admittedly, without knowing anything, we've had some fun doing it. So like when the World Cup gets going, we'll probably go live and do some World Cup. We find some ways to have fun. So while we don't do it on a regular basis, there might be some soccer coming up. I do have a full-time job. I do work a regular kind of day job. Then we come in the evenings and have some fun with our sports. So appreciate everybody checking us out and hanging out, or at least stopping in to see what is going on. On the Weather Network, there's storm is actually weakening. Yeah, well, it looks like so it's that last bit of the storm, because it kind of curls around the stadium right now. And then it's going to pick right back up. So there's that last tail of the storm that I don't know if there's enough time for it to blow by, because it was still, they just showed a shot of it. It's still coming down really hard. So again, they'd have to wait for it to stop, give it that half an hour grace period they do to dry, pull off the tarps and then go. I don't know if that's enough time to get 3 innings in before that back half of the storm rolls through. It's not midnight here in Toronto. It's only about 10:48. Only about 10:48. So just coming up to 11 o'clock. I'm expecting in and around the next few minutes as we close in on 11 o'clock, we will get an update, either that there is no update and they're still going to wait, or they're going to call this game. Now, the minimum delay, the MLB rules do not specifically say that there's a maximum time for the rain delay. The umpires are required to wait at least 75 minutes. That's according to Wikipedia, and we all know how, Wikipedia can or cannot be accurate. So take it for what it's worth. So we know there's at least this 75-minute threshold. Hey, Daniel Barry, I hope you're doing well. And so that really brings us to about 11 o'clock. right? Because it's, we know we were about 15 minutes, quarter to 10 or so when it went into rain delay. So I figure around that 11 o'clock marker, we should get an answer. Hey there, is it Manoj? Welcome in from Vancouver. Love the Jays. Just subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome into the stream, and I hope I didn't butcher your name too much. So I apologize if I did. Yes, we'll be doing Olympic hockey. Austin, we will be staying up till all hours of the morning doing Olympic hockey, just like we did in the last Olympics. I love Olympic hockey so much. International hockey is just awesome. Just awesome. Pajetta, welcome in. No, it's not back yet. We're waiting to get word. We are waiting to get word. Not back yet. But hopefully we will see this very, very soon. Hopefully they will turn this one around. So there it is. 75 minutes is kind of the minimum delay that they have to required to wait. The umpire does have the final decision to call the game or to continue waiting. Thank you so much. Hitting that subscribe. So hopefully they decide to call the game and not wait since they have an afternoon game. Factors that they do consider: severity and duration of the rain and the conditions of the field, likelihood of the weather improving. Now, again, what they were showing, the rain was coming down pretty hard. So you know that outfield is going to be extremely saturated. That's going to be really slippery. It could be really, really dangerous. Obviously, the safety is first and foremost the important part of one of the factors that they decide. If the field is unsafe or weather poses a continual risk, the game will be called. Umpires also consider whether the game is legal. We know it is, so that one's done. If the game is postponed, it'll usually be rescheduled for a later date. We're not going to postpone it because we're already past the legal state. So right now, it is in the umpire's hands. It's in the umpire's hands to make the call. And hopefully it is the right call, whatever they do make. Maybe my watch is wrong. I just thought about that. Maybe my watch is wrong. No, I don't think it is. Is it? What time is it? My computer's telling me one time. My watch is telling me a different time. It is 10:50 right now, correct? Somebody confirm the real time here on the East Coast. Thank you, Sars, hitting that subscribe. We appreciate it. Yes, game is on Sportsnet here, so we're waiting to see. It is 10:51. Okay, thank you, Dara. 10:52. Yeah, so my watch is right, my computer clock is wrong, and I'm like, why am I looking at this? It's telling me that it's 11:52. Like, there's no way it's 11:52. I'm not yawning that much yet. Alex is saying TSN called it. TSN, interesting. So they haven't said anything on Sportsnet yet. Let's go. Let's take a look. Let's pull up TSN, see what they say. What is TSN saying? So we're taking a look now. It doesn't, no, all it says is delayed on the TSN website. So it says delayed. It doesn't say canceled or completed. It's in a delayed status. Is the game live or still on delay? It is still on delay, King. It is still on delay. So not live. They are still on delay. Jays win 10 straight. I think the rain will go for another 3 hours. Yeah, Dwayne, it looks like it's going for a while. Thank you so much for hitting those follows. I appreciate it. It's better for the Jays if they win. So the Jays are ahead 6-1. Jays are ahead 6-1. Where it stood when they rushed off the field, and I wish they would have let them just finish the at-bat. It's 6-1 Blue Jays. Lucas, the center fielder, is up. He has a 3-1 count. The Blue Jays have 2 on, and there are 2 outs. That is where things were when they pulled this one down. Bro, they're just mad. We're about to get our 10th win. Yeah, and kind of, you know, King, I'd love to see it where they get the win by actually winning. Now, they're ahead 6-1. Like I said, they're in a position where they could score more. I would love to see them actually finish the game, get the 10th win by completing it. You always hate to have it canceled or, called because of rain. And I mean, a win is a win at the end of the day, but I'd love to see them complete it. So Luna, that's because Sportsnet has the MLB rights to do it. They have all the rights. So that's why you don't see it on TSN. As likely needing a reset, manual attempting it. So let's see what else we got here. What are they going to do now? Leo, yeah, we're waiting. So again, 75 minutes is the minimum time the umpires have to wait. And if I had that right calculation, it brings us to 11 o'clock. So we're about 5 minutes away from getting word. Now, they may decide to wait it out, but we've been looking at the weather radar map, and the weather radar map is pretty gnarly. This system is going to continue till about 2 a.m. Now, does that mean it's going to rain the whole time till 2 a.m.? No, but the Blue Jays are playing 3 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow afternoon, 3:10 first pitch. So with an early game tomorrow, I don't think they're going to let this go much longer. If they're going to call the game, get these players to their hotels, let them kind of wind down and rest. That's kind of my opinion right now. What's on now? So right now they're showing Houston Astro game. Houston is tied 6-6, looks like. Oop, let me close this. I don't need this anymore. Sorry, I popped open so many windows as we were surfing around here, trying to find some cameras that we could pull up and see the weather in real time to see what was going on. So the Astros and the Guardians, it's 6-6 in the 9th inning. So 9th inning here. And a great defensive play by the Astros to knock this ball down, but they couldn't keep it. So the Guardians do get a runner on. So big battle going on here. Vikings, what's going on? Welcome in. Monty, the Leafs could trade and get Kadri back. Would you make the trade? How about Troy Terry or McTavish? Monty, great question. John, what's going on? Welcome in. Hang on a second. The call game was a game against New York. Thank you. So I will tell you, great question. Do I want Kadri back? So listen, Kadri is not the same Kadri from years ago. He's not even the same Kadri that was in Colorado. Kadri has definitely come down a few notches. Do I like his style of gameplay? Absolutely. And if we're saying it's a 3rd round draft pick, even if we're trading like a Cali Yarncroc for an Aslam Kadri, something like that, sure, I would do that. Do I think Kadri's going to make or break the team? No, I don't. But I would love to have him back. Absolutely. He brings a grit. He brings a toughness. So yeah, I would do that. Troy Terry's a good player, but I like McTavish a lot. It would take something to get McTavish here, but I would certainly entertain that, Monty. I would certainly entertain that. You always ask some great questions. Is the Blue Jays run sustainable? Sustainable? Yes. I mean, they've been playing really, really, really good. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in as the chat is blowing up here. We appreciate y'all coming in. We are in a rain delay right now. And we're hoping to see what's going to be. Flames would never take those players for Kadri. You're right, Harps, they probably wouldn't, right? That's why it would really depend on what would have to go. I'm saying that's the type I would give up for him. I wouldn't give up anything major. Oilers just traded Sam O'Reilly to Tampa Bay. Oh, I didn't hear that one yet, Joshua. Didn't hear that. Welcome in. If you are just joining us, if you're popping in the chat, we are in a rain delay here. We've been in a rain delay for almost about 75 minutes. So we should be hearing from the umpires very soon. But as you are coming in, do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that follow button. We'd love for you to follow for more Blue Jays coverage as we go across. How many Jays games have I been to? I haven't been down there this season because it's been crazy busy. And usually I work till not long before. So I just don't have the time to drive downtown and get to the game. But over my lifetime, I've been to a ton. What hour the game starts? So the game officially started at 7:41 was the first pitch Eastern time. 7:41 was the first pitch Eastern time tonight when this game started. And it's been a great game. It was a really good game. The Blue Jays exploded for offense in the third inning. The top of the third is when the Blue Jays really got themselves going. And, it was awesome. Springer, he's got a double tonight, which was good. Vlatty's got a double tonight. Lucas, Barger, all these guys hitting the ball well. Schneider had the home run to kick it off. It was a monster home run. He hit it real hard, which was awesome. Pitching has been decent. They've been battling, which is nice to see. But right now, where things left off, it was in the top of the seventh inning. There's 2 outs. There's 2 on, first and second base. Lucas is up at bat with a 3-1 count, and Altavilla is pitching. So that's when they decided to call it. So, King, we don't actually know. 75 minutes is how long they wait. And again, take it for what it's worth. They say they have to wait a minimum. Then they take all the factors into account. What does the radar look like? What does the weather look like? Is it slowing down? Is the field going to be safe to play on? How long to dry it out so guys aren't slipping around? There's a lot of factors they look at. So, again, I hope we hear something. It's now 11 o'clock. So I'm hoping we hear something any minute to say, hey, we're going to give it another half hour. We're going to give it another hour, whatever it's going to be. We'll hope to wait to see what they say, and then we'll get an idea. It's the bottom of the ninth here, though, in Houston, as the Astros and Guardians are all tied up. We're going to see the end of this game, and hopefully they will interrupt this game to give us a word of what the situation is going to be. We are continuing to look around. Thank you for hitting all the follows, though. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. We will be doing lots more baseball. We got CFL football coming up. We also got some gaming we post from time to time. So make sure you are hitting those subscribes and hitting those follows. And do me a favor, tap that screen, hit that like button. Let's get those likes flying as we wait here in this rain delay. The Blue Jays really were coming on strong, and they were looking to make a good inning as this rain just really started coming down, which was absolutely wild. Landon, it's delayed due to the rain. So all of a sudden the rain started coming down. It was like a mist, like a haze, and then it just really started coming. And it was one of the crew chief kind of came up, raised his hand to get the attention and said, hey, we got to wrap this. And so very quickly, the ump made the call in the middle of the count. Everybody came running on and got off the field and pulled the tarps out. Oh, thank you for that gift. That was awesome. Little game controller. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jays get the win after 15 outs. They will get the win. If they decide to call this, they will 100%. Joshua, thank you for that, buddy. That was awesome. If they do decide to call this game, it will be a Jays win. It says it's stopping at 11:45. 11:45 is a long time. It's another 45 minutes. I'm on the Weather Network radar map, and if I move it up to about midnight, there's still a ton of rain in that area. So the map shows it goes to about 2 a.m. before the rain kind of tails off, and by 3 a.m. it's completely out of the area. That's based off the Weather Network's radar map. Again, take it for what it's worth. It is the internet. You never know. There are some flash flood warnings. When we take a look currently now, so now they've updated it to thunderstorms. Before it was just rain. Now updated 4 minutes ago, it's saying thunderstorms. 11 p.m. thunderstorms, 12 a.m. thunderstorms, and then it looks like it's in the clear 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. So for the next 2 hours or next hour or so, it's still going to be thunderstorms in the area. So I think with the threat of thunderstorms, I think they're going to call this game. Personally, I really, really do. They need to call this. Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. But again, we're waiting. Riker, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks everyone for contributing to X4. How's it going? 2 a.m. Blue Jays. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That would be something. Let's see here. Inside sources. They're calling it. You heard from inside sources. I mean, it makes sense, right? It absolutely makes sense to call this game at this point. If you've missed it, have you guys all been watching? I know a lot of you have been watching along with us here, but if you've been missing it, it's been a fun game, a real fun baseball game. It really all took off in that third inning. Davis Schneider hit a home run. Was a great home run. He sent that one deep. Lukes then flies out to center field. Springer walked. Vlatty Guerrero hits a double on the ground to left field, which scores Springer. Then Bassit hits a single. That one goes up. Vlatty goes to third. Then it was Barger who hits a double. That one scores Vlatty Guerrero. Bassit moved over to third. Kirk then hit a single. That one into center field. Bassit comes in and scores. Barger moves over to third. Lorpafito, who's been having a great few games, he grounds into a force out, but Barger scored on that one. And Kirk was out at second, by the way. And then last but not least, Clement grounds out to end the inning. So it was a wild inning, 3 runs scored. And it looks like Houston gets a double. So Houston now, in the bottom of the 9th inning, Houston's got a runner on. They are tied with Cleveland 6-6. So we got a lot of close games going on, but we're waiting to see what is going to happen with these Blue Jays. Jordan, not yet. We haven't seen any official announcement. So we're waiting. I have not seen an official announcement as of yet that this game has been called. We are waiting for it. It still has a delayed status. So nothing has said canceled. It all says delayed. So if they do cancel it, we will, of course, say goodnight. It's on Twitter. All right, let's check Twitter. Let's check the official sources on Twitter. See what they say here, because it has not come across the wire here yet. Let's see. Blue Jays. Don't see anything here yet. We're going to keep looking, though. Who posted it? Who is the source that you saw called the game? Blue Jays are on a winning streak, blah, 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 blah. So Keegan Matheson says the game has been called, Blue Jays win, but I don't know who this Keegan Matheson is. So we'll wait and see till we get an official source. So we're going to wait to see if we get an official source. You saw the Twitter post too. He's the best reporter. All right. Thank you, Jimbo. If he's calling it, if you guys are vouching for him, say he's a good reporter. Here, Mitch Boonin says the game has been rained out. Toronto wins. So these writers are picking it up. Here we go. Hang on.
We don't. The game in Chicago has been officially called.
There it is. They've just announced it. The game has officially been called. The Toronto Blue Jays pick up the win. Toronto Blue Jays 10 in a row. This game is over. Way to go, Blue Jays. Not how we wanted to pick up the 10th win, but the Toronto Blue Jays, as we sit here, we told you it'd be about 11 o'clock. As we sit here for an extra hour and a half, the Blue Jays are done. They win 6-1 in 7 innings. This is done. Wow, what an epic finish. It is now official. The Blue Jays defeat the Chicago White Sox 2 in a row. Bassit gets the win. He goes to 9-4. Seville gets the loss, drops to 1-6. 12 hits for the Blue Jays. They score 6 runs. For the White Sox, 1 run on 4 hits and an error. Boom, just like that, the Jays won. It is all one and done. Make sure, again, everybody's coming in over on the talk. Make sure you hit that follow. Hit those follows. Crush those follows. We'll get lots of action coming up over the course of the summer. And of course, if you're here to watch the Blue Jays, maybe you're Canadian Football League fans as well. The Argonauts have a bye week this week, so we will be picking up some CFL action as well. All right, with that said and done, I guess it's time to go to bed. We get to rest the bullpen. Everyone's going to go to their hotels. It's time for us to say goodnight. The Blue Jays will continue their streak, going for 11 tomorrow, 3:10 Eastern time, 2:10 Chicago time. That game will be in action. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This was a lot of fun. Whichever platform you were watching on, thank you for hanging out with us through this crazy rain delay, through weather maps and traffic cameras and stadium cameras. This was a lot of fun. We've made the best of it, and it was great. So you know what? There's one way that we're going to finish this rain delay, and we played it earlier. We're going to play it again. One game. Rock, paper, scissors. Again, we're going to throw it down. All you have to do is put in the chat, what are you taking, rock, paper, or scissors? Here we go. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I'm going paper. I'm going paper. What are you putting on to close out the night? I'm going paper. Put in the chat, what are you taking, rock, paper, or scissors? I'm going paper. What do you got? Who's beating me? Who am I beating? Let's finish it off strong. Congratulations, Blue Jays. There you go. All right, see you, Mega. Take care. Karen's going scissors. We got a scissors in here. We got a scissors. Rock. Ooh, DV's going rock. We got more scissors, more rocks. Lots. Beverly's throwing up the umbrella. That's funny. That's funny. Blue Jays won. If you're just joining in, the Blue Jays won. It is all done. Let's go. All right. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Thank you, everyone, for the follows. We're going to have a good one. We will be back for more Blue Jay baseball later on. Thank you, Piper. Appreciate it. Have an amazing, amazing evening. Go Jays, go. 10 in a row. Only the second team to get a win streak of double digits this season. Keep it going, Blue Jays. Why it ends, Zach, it was called due to weather delays. Chicago was having a weather system running through, and they weren't going to be able to play the game safely. So the game is called. Toronto picks up the win, and Chicago picks up the loss. From all of us here at the Samwell B12 Experience, thank you so much for everything. I hate to end it with so many people in here hanging out, chatting along, having a good time, but we got to end it. We'll be back. So again, make sure you hit those follows, and we'll talk baseball again very soon. 10 in a row for the Blue Jays. Let's keep it going. Congrats, Jays. Make sure you hit those follows. Make sure you hit those subscribes, and we'll see you real soon. Have an amazing night. Take care. We're out. This is Sam. Be safe. Good night, and take care.